Se wani kuma kokoda. Se wo hwe na wani nkum so a coalition center na kobo electoral commission for ho ba ye den eman. Se wani kuma kokoda. Se wo hwe na wani nkum so a coalition center na kobo electoral commission for ho ba ye den eman.
Mwa. Mwa.
Se wani kuma kokoda. Se wo hwe na wani nkum so a coalition center na kobo electoral commission for ho ba ye den eman.
Campaign no nyame adom ekoyi pa Dr. Mahmoud Baomia nyame adom a January 31st ebusuwi na ko be kasa
na me bisa se oba power den na vision
esa wa wani tu alada vision e kuta papa no adwene kuta no Ghana base Dubai
into the vision no me free bi mami
vision no kan ho bi na ready for education by and wo to light of funds who renew hospital bibia of funds there's a bibia digital
into 2028 e vote man na ade new ben o de ba
new a o de ba ni say new one o de ba bebrebe no bebrebe nya no say o de new ma 10 ba 2024 na ani ye to election na 2028 no and your man or the buy any 5 yeah the 5 of the count
me to see and me see friends and your 5 no free or Fredino
edini is ziriga a dozen e bebre and no one or the
won't me Fredino
and I'm say Ghana and the best Dubai and I want to ask here and I get pan of person catch it
ba mia ebia oba ebia or the way back constituency or the way back way
eba ba omi aba se wo nwale broni kra da obe wale broni se ba omi aba train na na yetwa se be fa wiem no
and any vision
ba omi aba enko school a in government school bia obenya bus ya ko school wa u getire ni sika odi be adwuma bia ye be ma sika dia ya adwuma what you say se uye nikanika krana ye be kra machines out be nikanika we baba ye be ma machine out be baba adwuma bia we bia ban na be so aso asene ama adwuma na pija na wo kwaso so pese ba o me aba wo ye de so
mwa
ho no mako esi amno kasai oni sala na da kwa kufa da da roma ye bedi train e na fansu so seriously ye bedi train na fansu so ti be fansu so deshe omo mo Europe UK ni Holland ni ade omunim train fansu ni ade enche kra misala na do de fansu so no ba mi aso de ba fansu na se di e kwa no
Eurostar.
Eurostar, yes. Yeah.
From London to France.
Me no can see I can't know we. Yes, company so yes, plane, I train no. E be South Africa omo and check the Bible do. Ubete. From Kumasi to Accra you use 1 hour 30 minutes. You can you put my trip Kumasi I Juma Accra. That is the plan. I say contract me Masha say manufacture trains near the Bible so no. Next year ya Kumasi dey free Accra ban. Oba. These are things I just because
shall protect the public purse by insisting on value for money in all transactions.
God have mercy upon us.
Which were really bad times where we all slept at the petrol station. So that's indication that, you really need to get up and talk about it, because we cannot, as a nation that deserves so much more, come to this level.
I'm working like a bull and I'm paying my taxes. The government got to work like a bull as well and make sure that my road is fixed, that I have electricity, that I have water. That is their job. It is not for me to tell the president how to fix the economy. If he didn't know how to fix the economy, why did he run for office?
Which were really bad times.
We have to improve our hygiene, our fitness and exercise. our eating, generally our style of living, which will boost our immunity to disease and the virus. For instance, we're told that the key vitamins that fortify our immune system are vitamins A, B6, C, and E. Fortunately for us in Ghana, all of these can be found in many of our foods, such as oranges, kontomire, millet, cashew nuts, crabs, plantain, okra, dawa, brown rice, and mushrooms. Following a good diet, patronizing our healthy foods, exercising regularly, ensuring our personal hygiene, and improving our lifestyle habits should become part and parcel of our day.
Next month, ladies and gentlemen, we are digitizing the school feeding program. And next month, I will launch, we looked at it last week, it's all set. Next month, we will launch a digitized school feeding program. We will know every school in the country, every day, if you feed them rice and beans, we will know. How many students you have fed, we will know. There will be no room for kululu in the school feeding program after we launch this program next month. We are doing so much for the first time, and we need to understand that we are changing this country. We are transforming this country. Let nobody tell us that we cannot do.
Your Excellencies, Honorable Ministers, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, may I invite you to spare a moment to walk through with us the length and breadth of this country and see what, just in a sneak view, we are about to show you. A video documentary that introduces today's presentation.
Just see black and white Here is a 38-in-1 cubicle private water closet facility for a rural community in the Ashanti region. The government is building over 1,400 of similar facilities for communities with no or disproportionate access to toilet facilities in all regions, plus 200 multi-unit flushable latrines, and has distributed over 17,000 units of Dignity toilets. Also, the government has built 4,765 toilet facilities in communities where open defecation is pervasive. All of these together is providing decent places of convenience for over 8 million people whose options would have been cut to either open defecation.
Most of the toilets in the data that we have just seen, in the table, are toilets that have been built under the One Constituency 1 Million project. But that is not the end of the story. We have about 6 projects under the Toilets for All policy. We have built 28,485 household toilets. 12,972 toilets have been built, and there's ongoing construction of the Gaslit project. 5,000 toilets are being built there. The Government of Ghana Household Toilet Program, we're building 1,900 toilets there, and Rural Sanitation Model and Strategy Program, 40,348 toilets, serving 3,000 communities. And then under the Urban Sanitation Pilot Project, 21,332. So under the Toilet for All program, at least 109,000 household toilets have been constructed, benefiting 856,000 people. This is quite remarkable. And because of all of this investment that has been made in the toilet infrastructure, 5,498 communities have been declared open defecation free. We are building a nation. We are not just building infrastructure.
So when you come kokoda, say we shall know when you come so coalition center na kobo electoral commission for home by den MI.
Hello, good afternoon.
Fine afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon.
Fine afternoon.
Please, is this Mr. Shaggy?
Yeah.
Okay. Congratulations. You people have won an award, and I've been trying to call you. Your number wasn't going through, but I've been able to talk to your friend.
What?
Ayuba. Okay. So you guys won an iPhone 17 Pro Max, a toilet roll, and an Dettol. So we'll need you to come to the office that you take us because Ayuba left the toilet roll and then the Dettol for you. He has taken the iPhone. So you said you will come and you take the Dettol and then the toilet roll.
Who?
Hello?
I say who come there, come take the phone. Who can take the phone?
Your colleague, Ayuba.
Why you give him the phone? Why you take the phone, give him?
Please relax, calm down.
No, I said why you take the phone? So right now, you take the phone, give my friend. Where you leave the toilet roll and the Dettol, I should come and take and go and do what again? Madam, you say we win promotion. We win promotion. iPhone and Dettol and toilet roll. So right now, my friend Ayuba can't take the phone right now. You are calling me to come and take the toilet roll and the Dettol. I should go and take it and do what? What do you? Me kike so nje the toilet roll the Dettol. Ya kike ya
Please, hello, please calm down. So your friend came here. And then he took the 17 Pro Max and he left the toilet roll and a Dettol for you.
So, madam, right now, I'm telling you, you, my friend, come there. Abokina yazo uri kundoki 17 Pro Max kunsa anushi. Kumbar manida to the toilet roll. Mida idashi. Nate mukuna tafena kashi jikinani. I'm walking, I'm shitting inside my body. I shit inside my body. You go leave the toilet roll and the Dettol give me.
Sorry, I'm sorry about that, but you need to come and sign our documents. We are waiting for you.
I should come and take toilet roll and sign. I should take car and come to your place for where cry your shop day to Allah. Where your shop day?
We are on the ring road.
I should take car and come there, come take toilet roll. Kiba kida lafia. I should come and take toilet roll. One shake and take a kena. Are you Baja Uri Adada Caribis phone? Kuzokse Manikama, Kukumbari Asunashi, that or the toilet roll. So I should come and take and go and do what? I should take and go and do what? Do Allah. One bala ikega. I should come and take and go and do what with the toilet roll? Me, I'm a Muslim man. Me, I'm a Muslim. I'm a Muslim. I go toilet.
Calm down. We need you to come to our office. Then you sign for us.
I should come and sign and take toilet roll. With my money, I should take car. One shake and take a kena. So, me, I'm a Muslim man. I don't like. If I go toilet, I take butter, wash my bottle. Now, one can dinner. About so. I will just use phone. Munafkai. Kumba Allah kabi phone. I carry look at some manikaba. News also kabi toilet roll.
Nimo. Calm down. So right now, who is going to sign?
Madam, look, madam, let me tell you something. Wallahi, me I'll do that. Let me tell you something. If you are playing with me, wallahi, I'll do you so come Quran or this one, Kunfaya cool. Live on my life. You take the phone, the better thing, give somebody. I should come and take toilet roll. God will punish you.
I don't want peace. I want problems always.
All right, good evening and welcome to With All Due Respect Extended Version. It's exactly 3:28 p.m. It's definitely 8:28 in Ghana. Welcome to the most authoritative, most listened to platform on the planet right now. We are live from our studios in Washington, D.C. We are live on TV. We are live on Facebook. We are live on YouTube and also live on radio. Tonight, you can watch this show live on Loud Silence TV on Multi TV this evening. Loud Silence TV on Multi TV. We're also streaming live on YouTube. Our official name on YouTube is Loud Silence TV. Our official YouTube name is Loud Silence TV. We're also streaming live on Facebook. We have two very important platforms on Facebook streaming this show live. We have Loud Silence TV on Facebook and also With Audio Respect page on Facebook. Loud Silence TV and With Audio Respect page. These two platforms are all streaming tonight's show. We're also streaming live on TikTok and also we are live on radio. Tonight, if you have an Android device, go to the Google Play Store, download Loud Silence Radio. You'll get us live. We're also live on iOS. All platforms are blazing. My name is Kevin Ekobedu Taylor. My producers are called the Ghost Team. We are back again tonight to discuss Ghana. It's got to do with the John Dramani Mahama and the NDC. Mahama today met Ghanaians. He went to an event. He spoke about the Kumasi Accra Expressway. He spoke about his mandate, his second mandate, what he has in stock for Ghanaians. We'll also be delving into other matters. Today, we're doing lots and lots of jandam killings. We have lots and lots of videos here to play and react to. Also, their roads are being rehabilitated. We will look at the videos tonight. We will also discuss Bright Simon's reaction to the exchange rate. We will be discussing Kojo Opon Kroma Lone Ranger explanation on his lies against the Gold Board CEO and also the Bank of Ghana. We have issues on Madam Patricia Appiagyei lying to her constituents about oral. We'll be discussing issues pertaining to international relations. Farouk Al-Wahab has made some statement on Angel FM. We think we have to react to those statements. This show is packed. Also on the bill, we will be talking about roads, AG cases. Valco is in here. Teachers are asking the president talking about housing for teachers. Double track, the president has spoken about it. This show has lots and lots of things to talk about tonight. So it's a packed show. It's always exciting to be here. And as usual, it's all about Ghana. Inyumbre Ushami Amidin, the Kevin Akobedu Taylor, me and Amidi Jumadi Wehuchame, about a year 8:30 p.m. Ewo Ghana, Oba America, United States, East Coast, Washington, D.C. area, Hana, about 3:31 p.m. Enyumbre Jumadi Abedina Ghana Honsem in Chirimun and Jumu Amagana for Atidia Air Konase, John Mahama Abainwe Ebu Juma na in Sembuha Sibu. Or see about near baby, a so extra jum among no credit the echo. The Abania Enyano, you better have a jum magana for who say or say a train abinaso. Now the abinaso air echo ye no, I will say your boy abinaso, na abino a ye, Sibu, na a boame, any in chimba. And then you bring in Sembibre na abo pele abo pala, ye baby jum to say a day and a PC. John Mahama, a president of the Republic, Wakasa, Afa in Sembibre home, or say a year number or buy ye, Sibu. Body to me, I should in sim, Obedi Jumano, Amana so many, you bet him, you drew her, or so I can send me Afa Accra Express Road na, Accra to Kumasi all the way to the north, Express Road na, a year Bantama MP, as and so watch any MP before said, Sakwane de Memian Kofa, Emfa Asantimemu, Nemum, Yam Fanfa before if you say, Omuna, Omo represent Asantimai or Parliament, no Omuhuni say Asantimai in here, Sakwano. John Mahama and DC in Ghana for Nimyansa say, Omuya den quiet, the Quano ever fast Santimemo, Ama Ghana for Nas Santimine for, and why he how in Sembibre or Ponoso, Yabijum and then Yumbri, in some Ebifa go so a quine, Yababo a home in Funi Achel Mohu, send your byway, AD, a Juma, Efa, a quine, a Wagana home, Bright Simon, and so Akasa Afa exchange rate to home, na Yabidi home como, Kofo, and Hons and Samo. Amanfo bi aka nsɛm afakofo ne ba omia ho ɛno so yɛbɛbɔ emotie Madam Patricia Appiagyei watra parliament akyɛ yie ɔyabrewa poso ofia santimemu wakodi ne constituency for atro ɛno so yɛbɛdwam ama Ghanafo ehu no korɛ no nsɛm bebre ɛkɔ so Kojo Opon Kroma etwa tro amende ne to ada hɔ sɛ akokontwa ɛno so mbre ne duru a yɛbɛdwam ama Ghanafo ehu no korɛ no bidin a me maame a ɔya ahunani a me papa yɛmfantini ɔmo wo me de to me no ɛyɛ Kevin Ekobedu Taylor. Oma obobo mechi dom no so ye from the Ghost Team. Omo ena chichire nsem no. E dia so am se memra mimbedwam na Ghanafoɔ ehu no kure no de eko. Ende ya hyehyɛ nsem no. Bebi a wo bia ka kire wo nua na onua so kan kire nua se Kevin Taylor and the Ghost Team are here. Sankwas no so ho afro mo na ka jom se yaba ye bedwam aka no kure akire Ghanafoɔ no. Gigim.
Look, the MPP of Darocha, Sakiskek, Victor Wusu, Kofi Buzia, Professor Edubuahe, Alajete, J.A. Kufuor. Those men of value, those men of integrity are not what we have today. I tell you without mincing words, the 5 people who are contesting, wanting to be flag bearers, are just sankwas. The MPP of Darocha, Sakiskek, Victor Wusu, Kofi Buzia, Professor Edubuahe, Alajete, J.A. Kufuor. Those men of value, those men of integrity are not what we have today. I tell you without mincing words, the 5 people who are contesting, wanting to be flag bearers, are just sankwas. Are just
You are still live on Loud Silence TV. My name is Kevin Akobedu Taylor. It's exactly 3:36 p.m. US East Coast time is definitely 8:36 in Ghana. Nipa bebre ehweme ewo ewiase afa na nyina Ghana form wa brochire Ghana form wo fie. Obiase Kevin Taylor aba obechechirem obejudwum ama yehu nokre no. Ma menhwe se metuma ka hello actually nipa ba akumienu bi na yedi dwumadie na achiches. All right, let me do it from here. I think I can get both YouTube, Facebook, and all platforms here. Mas Babatu is watching me live tonight on Facebook. Thank you very much, Mas, for watching me, for being on this platform this evening. Mariam Abbas Mahama is also live on Loud Silence TV. Also, I can see Gadaso watching me live on YouTube. Felix Gaba is live on YouTube this evening. Kobla is live here. Also, Lodina Sewa Odami Kobi, beautiful name. You are live on this platform this evening. Cindy Esina Masari is watching me this evening. I can also see Pearl Aflakwi watching me this evening. Desmond is live on Loud Silence TV. Also, Mihu Mantemus watching me this evening. Mihu Bisa Don Pierrot is live here. Also, Emily Nola is watching me this evening. Rahina is live here. Roland Mensa is also watching me this evening. Lordina is back again. Emils is live here on Loud Silence TV. Sandra is watching me. Musa Alo is also live on Loud Silence TV this evening. Ga Manche is live here on Loud Silence TV. Dr. Bernard Iyabua is watching me this evening. I really appreciate you guys for being here tonight. I can also see Cindy watching me. Mo Jamal Gomez is live on Loud Silence TV this evening. Seth Marble is also live on Loud Silence TV. Thank you very much, Seth, for being here. Also, Solomon Into is live. Lee P watching me this evening. Lee P. Also, Shemi Enyumbre. Mihu Mentor is live on YouTube. Also, Francis Kwame Buahene is watching me this evening. Jenny is live here on Loud Silence TV. Mayor B.A. and Mayor Ba is also watching Kevin Taylor and the Ghost team this evening. Mihu Obi to say Cindy is back again. Also, Echo is live on Loud Silence TV. Gina Etru Wood, Infantini Besia. Good evening, wherever you are this evening. As Yahaya Adams is live on Loud Talents TV. It's exactly 3:38 p.m. In Ghana is 8:38. Benjamin is watching me this evening. Alhaji Awudu J is also live here on Loud Talents TV. Nimo Ebenezer is watching me this evening. Ubiti says Sci-Fi is live here. Nimo is back again. Ellen Sikudu is watching me. Arozo is live here. Nimo is back again. Jackie Boatin is watching me. Also, Kuli Menz is live on Loud Talents TV. Good evening to Auntie Monica, wherever you are tonight. Good evening to Equia Ya. Good evening to Leicester City. Good evening to You Got Nerves. Good evening to Mercedes Papa. Good evening to Mercedes Papa. Good evening to all the OGs who have been on this platform for years. Money, all the beautiful ladies, Ajomanyo and the rest. Thank you very much, Mac Gold and the rest of the family. Thank you very much, guys, for being here all the time and supporting this platform. Fostia, good evening to Fostia this evening, watching me tonight. Good evening to you too. Elvis Garden is watching me. Tito is live here. Queen Najil is live on Loud Talents TV this evening. Also, I can see Emmanuel, Daniel Boyson watching me this evening. Rahina is back again. Fowls 129 is here. Ketha is watching. Kevin Taylor and Ghost team. Rahina is back again. Abdul Basit Isa watching me this evening. Thank you very much, Abdul, for being here tonight. Sebastian Dra is watching me. Benjamin Treme is live on Loud Talents TV this evening. Dinah Barker is live here on Loud Talents TV. Ali Jacob is watching me. Thomas Clote is also live on Loud Talents TV. And the Menyabotre, Mibo Biading. It's been a while. I said hello to all of you guys. Nuruddin is watching me. Patrick Safo Sly is live here on Loud Talents TV. Michael Tutu is live here. Thank you very much, Michael, for being here tonight. Clote is watching me. Benedict Famille is also watching Kevin Taylor and Ghost team this evening. I can see Noah. Noah is... Thank you very much for watching me this evening. Nana Kusi is live here. Also, I can see Patricia Mwati is also live. Diana is live here. Official Agenda Legend is watching me this evening. Mihu Obiti says Sebastian Dra back in Kobe Mensa. Also, Masaudu watching me. Mariam Abbas Mahama is live on Loud Talents TV this evening. Alimatu is live here. Good evening to Alimatu Sadia. Good evening to Alimatu Sadia, wherever you are tonight. I like to say good evening. It's been a long time. I miss you a lot. Alimatu Sadia. Good evening to you. Roland Mensa is back again. Alan Fool is watching me this evening. Also, Enyanom is live here. Odenehu Isaac is watching me. And so many people on the block right now. I really appreciate you guys. So good evening to special people. And Mihua Alima to Sadia Makai. I have a very wonderful friend. Nidindi Alima to Sadia. It's been a very long time. I saw her. Nidiaba Mitrim. For some reason, I just want to say hello to her. Good evening, wherever you are. Alima to Sadia. You've been a wonderful friend for all these years. I really appreciate you. Thank you very much for your time with the boss. In the past as good friends. And also good evening to all those I've forgotten, our old friends and the ones that when we remember, we will mention your name. Thank you to everyone. Diana Ekoswamente ya nipe biki kansem. Kevin Taylor. I know that why kansem. Shako. Good evening to Tupac Shako. Tupac, Antiewu. Oh, Eyabefio Shako. Good evening to Tupac Shako. Sebio Antiewu, the wife of Mr. Diallo in Obuase, she passed on. The 40 days will be coming on this week. And after 40 days, no, yabema mu data anti no, no. This is a year Obuase ye mo amunya mo kai Diallo no, ne yere penyini na ne yere ono so Ephraim, a very wonderful woman. And the flyer no I'm ready no the buy the flyer in they were my next door neighbors. She's a wonderful lady and she grew a very wonderful woman. She passed on into Obuase around a year Obuase na wa onim dialo biano sebio ne yere enso atwano ewo in Siedo, and God in his own wisdom will protect him, give them a very good place to rest. Into until so time nidra we would let Ghana know a year no a hon sensem and into 2 years. Why am Yanka Seme be ye ni bi Obuase na until the year antino no na any on a share wall, a very wonderful lady. Inti Debri Fedie Shako Eyaba Tupac Shako antenna na ba ko a friend akwesi, a very wonderful young man sebio na anti ending ho agro ono se akrabia meni won ho pa ye friend Tupac Shako ne maame sebio na ende wato inti enwumre de Shako Eyaba anti efrim by a bekra anti echi pepe na sibio onyankopon so de ne kreshi esie shako de shako sa no de dawa ekekansam nti ano beda ho ekekansam de nka ubie club so ebeboa ano dawa ekekansam nti ano beda ho ekekansam de nka odi bie club so ankeye ende saa na mpinifo be obubu ye eno no now ade na ekoso amente ya nipa bi ekekansam na enwumbre mi hu bibi e wo TV so on social media. I was shocked, and let me show you ade a mi hu ye mi hu say GBC4 nipa 15,600 enwumbre omo nyina no mo hwe lotto draw Ghana enwumbre na be ba be show ro nam si o ba me fa Facebook akra na me hwe de ekoso ho me ko hwe ya ye ne GTV konkun yeni angase konkun nipa 15,600 omu nyina aba GBC adan a ye be lotto ye be bubo lotto that time do on time na me twa aba no na ya bobo 485 7 581 na afi ne be last one no nipa 15,000 asofo wom imam fo wom eye den about time wom veterans wom police fo wom soldier fo wom school fo wom driver fo wom president for ex-president, former president, and the current president for now home, MPs, ministers. Obi e shelo to do se be bo de dia. Hey, na mo Ghana na mo tino. GBC. And the GBC say I had a numbers in baba dia. And there's a mo bo numbers na ho do dia GBC, you know. TV licenses them dia fam. Monye special edition am fan cat numbers no nti mo bo number ba ku bia na my TV license advert 20 minutes. Nama bebo another number because numbers ne ye say enye lotto amunya number we GBC me GTV4. I am being honest with you guys. Inti sibia sesia no asofo ni twa lotto enkora ni twa lotto eye ahemfo chese die hukura ni ahemfo mu twa lotto ohina woti gold so utwa lotto ayedai ohina ayeyiwu ya soa wo sesia akonwa ni de watena so yese wotena so edi de kopi so bewu ohine de utwa lotto ayedai omo ano mo hwe ade 15,600 na ahemfo na omo mutwa lotto kese pa odi krofo no so omo ntan nyesika omo ebia na obi abedi asem ahemfie na yeku odwan ne de ne sere na abasa na ama no enti odi krofo omo peloto odi kro omo ye dangerous de ma odi krofo de bi ha adwene ne se so omo no ntan nya asase asem ntena so also odi kro de no a lower level a division 3 into omo no odi kro no I know mo sha nya big cases no e say we de mining concession kakraka bi aba omo no metras omo de bia no we abo edua ai we de we aye chance yakowia we chance oh we de wa wonim ne furu ponko ate oyira ya hwehwe no ene na odi krofo de di nti ama odi krofo no omo de ana omo peloto sami wo fa ba ko odi kro ai nti ubuofu a meso mo fa odi kro wa boda mo nkwa na wo fa odi kro me busiam kura po yetumi akudi etu ebusia panyini na wo na wo to na me busiam na ebusia panyini ba ku ma me ka kire wo na me pese me ka ebusia panyini ba ku me wo fa ba ko no it's stubborn on ebusia panyini na on na me kuro mo na ono omunipa ai obi ka asma na ohuja no oh omuade o me of time of no ya nya na ebusia panyini proper na oye temporary na de say ono na I say vacancy be da ho no ene ye say onhwe ebusia panyini ne so afede me wo fei omunipa ena just otutu chick manipa ene si na wo for yesi wo be temporary just say interim Mr. B Mr. are we good on TV? Do we have good sound? I'm hearing people are saying TV our sound is very low. Diama we ako pie ebusia penyi so no say odi krofo no mo peloto ene na we pie ebusia penyi so odi krofo ni ahene nketenkete po bu peloto no ahemfo nketenkete don't want here loto or dangerous inti de me ma won say na dangerous me mebusia penyi ko wanye djuma ya pamono na wo eni sa me wofa no e no na nam ye kromo no peje na beti ombu nipa ombeso obu papa kura na say wo ye betu ye tu no ye say odi title bi ai on na me kromo odi title ye say onko eni homework ye no mbra ye say de ebusia penyi foforo na aba ono se ye monitor ne pa say ebusia penyi foforo no ai matese wa start yes commissions bi ono so anhwe ye betu ye de eni ebusua no udi ebusua penyi na wanye ye betu ye betumi betu bo so odwino wo ntia se Yɛne twitu ye bia twitu obusuapanyini. Ai, yɛne enye obusuapanya obedi a na ba hyehyɛ nipa so o. Eyi ba kora na wan yɛ calculation betu yɛne betu. Enti we dia me ka kyem yankase bebusuafo obusuapanyini papa ehwɛ me. Da. We papa o de bi enyimre bi o hwɛ Poppy hwɛ me. Poppy. Mr. Taylor. Nana, yeah. Ebusuapanyini no. Ɛna me ka kyerɛ no. So anya nyoma ye betu no. Enti me ka da. Men ka se o ye ko nyaboter na e ba aze bibia ni ho. Ebusuapanyini ye betu no da. Ye be ye ku etu no. Enti ebusuapanyini ada on be meeting ka kyerɛ se onye bibia fine. Eye ba omunye bibia fine. Ebusuasam omunka bibia mama me anti controversy. Ye ti controversy ye be ye ku etu no. Enti da me ka me ano Poppy de hot me ba pohwe me dwumbre bia. Me ba penwumbre bia o hwe me. Ai edwumbre bia enti me dia me ke otie. Poppy we ase we me to sebi. We dia be ba. Ai wo ka se mentwa ka akura betwa ka se mentwa na dwe mentwa eyi hippopotamus kura betwa nana ba we dia maka ye busu apanyini no oye yi dia betu no oye calculation anya minim so ye nice man mate se so a good pa me am sheda nhia no so a new one ye ne afie ebusu apanyini betu change to say ye change to say MP we ye be change to see a ye ne me wo fafo ni bi wo ha omo mani brade me wo fafo bebre a omo ni brade obusu on be say me papa wu no mbedi ohene o ma bodam mebusium me wo fafo ni bi ni nanenemu omo pese papa wu no mbedi ahene o ma bodam me papa wu da an to be sure na omo de ahene atototo omo nsankwasiafo omo ne nam an omo de se bibia sipe na papa fie die na esi na onya wu ye nkwasiafo me papa onya wu ye omo nya pese papa wu no mbedi ahene minimu nyina abeifo mo ya abeifo mo mebusiafo na mo pese papa wu na mbedi ahene no obia me papa wu da ehiafo mo nkopɛ bra bi mbɔ obi na ɔbɔ obusia ma yesa ma mbu ofuma tiesi mebusiam me wɔfafo na moni brade na moni na mebusiam no especially ntientia no abeifo ntientia no me wɔfafo bi ɔmo mo ye ntientia no ɔmo ya abeifo na na mebusiam mo fesa papa wu mo be wagya papa enti wo mebusiam na wo ye me wɔfa ana wo wom na wa adwene a wo sɛ me papa be wu mo adi hene a me se ɛnde to adwenem because ye ne betuma yeku etu omo dwa mebusiafo ne dwa na wa wo hwe me hwe de me de ye mebusiafo na wo hwe de me akọ me de ye me anka se me papa ebusiafo no hwe de me de ye obo na wo kwase apanyina minimum na wo be ka kire say Kevin Taylor de wa kan me ntia se me mebusiafo me papa esre Baba text was Mama be the love. Mama text me osre. Bobby, on be so one bua me wo fafo ni nyina mo ya beifo obi antumi ni ohene. Ye beko Israel ni akopa obi amana bedi hene no. Obi an ni ohene bi am baba nya wu odi 1000 ani wu. Me papa esre. Bobby, I na maka and the me twa helicopter kura betwa maka. So Bobby kura esre. Bobby me mebusiafo mo nyina mo nya papa. Mebusiafo nyina mo ni bre nyina minim omo nyina mo wofafo o de Poppy o de ende metwa so Poppy street o de Poppy ade famo na Poppy street famo Alright, we ain't sure that there's some we ain't sure. When you come akokoda. Now, me pressure me to me serious. Me pressure me to me person make mistake bia na me pressure me. Inti me mami nyam show no. Why show my papa here that abu ofunu. Me papa no mami hwe me. Alright, it's here start here free him. At the end that so. Inti ya kase nyina na osamuti ase say eye dollar no as we speak no. Dede bebra ekos ni nyina no. The dollar is at 10.59. We eye John Mahama buying dollar nijina 10.59. Remember being that under MPP, the dollar was at 17.80. Omu free buying muno na dollar no was 17. Yes. Black market, interbank rates, no kwa black market, na abochi ton dollar 1810. Abochi kwa ni yem eye oye good no dema 1780. Inti bawo miani MPP for the Kennedy mudie, munya very careful about them. Omi a dangerous human beings. Omi a dangerous. Inti mama yem making mistake. Ni enka say enkofo yam the dollar ne call almost 18 no yansa fa tumi mo eyufo we mama yanya mistake no me ka wo dollar no ewo 1059 na MPP omo no yenyire nim se ne omo tie omo nka no kore omo beji oman we ya omo de bekọ godi ajantrafo echi omo de be galamsey omo begu man no mama yam omo chance dollar no and the businesses munyina musika obia hu se de dwetre gina ne na so and the ushia investors omo nyina sresre local contractors in your accessory and the edwedifo omo ye kokokuafo and the okodwa so na woto ade a ne nyina wo fom aban no airborne homodin ye de niam say da go say say aban obaka kotu eye obonsam more e de be sustain dollar na me emfa me ho cedi na emfa me ho aban we betumi akobonsam gem akofa bonsam poma abeton e de make sure say dollar no endu 12 13 14 I am okay enu mama aban na dwuma say onye eni tire ma aban ba akore dwuma ne se omunye nanka oso mo so kọ bonsam gem na mo kotu bonsam se na mo koton e de be sustain eye Ghana economy no wentumi anye se enya aban a omo de omo say omo keep dollar no below 12 they will do everything in this omo be ko England akọ wiom gold nyina e de be share economy nim ama dollar na gina 10 sa aban na beto ama no me de emfa me ho me de me da say matena oe basim matena kofo basim yese driver we na ya ade on fa me nkoduru Kumasi asa petrol na driver no beto no kwan so na emfa me ho metua me lorry fare mato aba ma John Mahama ne NDC fo omo ka kire me say na dollar no was 17 into omo ba omo bete so de me hia ne say dollar no so ate John Mahama ne NDC fo ate so sa na me pe no make pu sa dollar no 10 11 12 was sa into as far as NDC fo ebo omo share ye e ka say ye de tumi mo omo a omo betuma akobonsam gem akwa kotu bonsam sen akoton e de aba be she Ghana economy ma dollar no anwo de aba fom no eno na hia me we long story bia nim me ni obi ani book long and a degree and a PhD and a DND dabi we de Fili Gadochi abana ye to ye no e ho mfaso ne da so no 1059 time na ye to abana na was 17 ye gira John Mahama ano asem so NDC for bo hye so se omo bete so ampara omo te so en ne hia me mfa ho se John Mahama onye economist o emfa me ho oni PhD o emfa me ho John Mahama sebi oni ho atan o emfa me ho John Mahama share me bo we di e bo no so ane eni tina me keep John Mahama ne NDC o power finito engraciato asem ni nyina no ne tietia ne yetwa no yapon show no esi ane yapon ochina John Mahama mo ka say the dollar no beba form inflation the beba form interest rate the beba form omo ba sebio Ghana djuma sam be di hu djuma ekwan a asai esi ane nyina akoye inti asamasa story bi ani ho we nya manifesto launch we nya we na call school wa ha we nya we nim we na we asem ya simple tie o say oba ni say wa ni say inti sia no e de pa na menye obi otena city ke kabrofo no abodam me eno mente ase de mete ase se metena kofo ba asem driver no yesi we ne twi car no oye good o de makoduru Kumasi santase meduru ehu me yere ne memba finished o 17 to 10 o de abeduru ho me ni any economic fundamentals and English semantics bia san kwase se me mo ame it is how me a MPP egu NDC ne woso na NDC so betena so say 41 years in beba until said dollar ne bedu 22 NDC omo free power da mamuntie NDC for $1 no 1780 now call black market na 1820 until said dollar ne be free a year 10 akwakodru 1820 e ho no kra na afa ne yedru MPP for level e wo se atwam kodru 22 ansane aka se oh NDC de omo nya de se dollar na ndru 22 a NDC for betena so kopim se dollar no e bedru 22 inti NDC for tena so inti mumbo mpa se dollar ni emedu 22 na de John Mahama ne gold board ne de NDC for we ye ne de me ya sure say MPP egu inti me de me nto aba se aba no ema dollar ne nkosoro me to aba se dollar ne mbra form aba no so ama dollar na ba form inti yapon we will meet tomorrow assembly nyina no John Mahama adi ne boss so thank you very much.
Hey.
No. We long be any. Now, Mummy and Francis so. Yet to chroma my NDC for any job Mahama buying Akache is a big push. And the Ura Ghana BBA, you say Adani construction site. And it's so interesting. BBA Ura Ghana Biano, you can see say a quine bia a work constituency bia. That is the most amazing thing about this government. There's something interesting at Ekoso Ghana. Baby Ura Ghana Bia right now, no. There's some road construction going on. And there are major construction or rehabilitation. So rehabilitation, they are making sure that they are patching little holes. Like recently in Ghana, I went to visit my dad in the central region. And all the way from Mankesim, Urim, Akofa, Aye, Dominase, Akopie, Ayeldo. The month before, maybe December, Ghana, no. Now meaning the potholes are walking so. But this time, at least, the little potholes are walking so say like I was shocked. I was like, into our bia sebio in krasekwan kitinkiti we krampo na abino is just looking at all this, and the road minister is doing great. He's doing fantastic. Different from Semi Fabini here. Mianka me come Papa Krum, I was shocked. I was amazed. From Dominance all the way to Ayeldo, you could see say small potholes are never walk on the straw. So be a quotan, Yakataka so and you're like, into abide to me a sign man kitinkiti way na. I wasn't expecting say say kron kitinkiti way krampono, small potholes in your bank cranny back home. But you see, it is the willingness to help, the willingness to work. And this roads minister is working. And baby Ghana, you cannot tell me any constituency in Ghana omukwain aban way fan nsankan now. Every single constituency in Ghana, one way or the other, the government is touching a road in that constituency. Obiani Ghana obetuma ka chem say me constituency yemfa yensankan kwan bia wa ha. Nobody in Ghana. It shows to say aban way is working. Now go so omukwain ekoso
Tapago so quantum so one mashasi at the Acado Eguso, Yajmedi no air conenimpa. Najumego the contraji mano a coffee job construction limited. Penia no and say at the Acado Egu Quanso, our Jumeku in Collins Zanga, and Adam Cassian Comachimu and Odia to just say. A quania one more air your crowd woman and I driver for I shall see America tente and one more course. Ya what they say so on to Mobua, a bit of Queen Shaba pa. Now Odia to just say.
Problem ke siepa ye face a driver for Americano doors no do Americano ye too much inti ye sere wo mo kwan we ye nche wo so ya che wo so ani boso mi ensan e wo say ye gu quota no wie inti ye sere wo mo nya ye ho abotre na ye nya adwuma no ma wo fe ye gu asphalt binder thickness ni 70 mm ye roll so wie ye nya 70 mm Egu sisi ani binder ye go free maban eko si ahafo hwidiem eno ye first coat no ye first face ye wi a ye besen agusu biom ye wearing no eno kra so ye 50 mm thickness wearing nte kwa na ye wi a ebe chepa ebe ye fence so
Enuachi and technical material officer or Delin Consult Bright Kwajo Ochresian actually to just say one any the hopper ya or more say Fijo Bajukuno Ede Nemapa any Akandia one day and a year quine send a bay away in a better watch a more manful. Now they are to just say
yeah, well, I see if some baby to the desired standard. We are coordinating with them to be being no money in a year and no mokasa. Now also coordinating with GHA so that they do the right thing. TBBI who be a questionable be a prompt almost say we money say and so far multi in a community. We are hopeful that by the end of the whole project we will have a quality product.
That's all. Sane teacher mine into Goso Tepa and met my child different videos. Watching a bar. You bet some different videos of a choir and Ghana bebre afa ni so. A quine kitting na ye at the same cook kitty. Aye, and over Ghana, John Mahama buying on a roads minister, Mr. Abuja, a quine kitting no more ye. At the same cook kitty is your morning. Just a rap on us how yeah kwan kitinkiti et the same kwan kitinkiti yeah et say yan and then I will pay as I yan mentro and my mom for move say would you quata for him the air kenya and just a come yes I rap count just say a kwan kitinkiti yeah Nina just say kwan kitinkiti yan what Ghana also want to ask ye one no support NDC no. This is serious. And we want to warn all the drivers multiply a year construct munya botre ebeye omobe wi amamu munya botre speed no yenim sem fo akwan papa so ache yenim sem car ne fa akwan papa so ache yenim se de amu akwanta ne wagimi ontumi nheda nya kwan enti munya botre speed no lower no na omuntumi nya kwan ne ye mamu na Ghana for John Mahama said Ghana is under construction baby ebeye kwan nyina sa me John Mahama anya kura mentwema no maka kire mu say me na me am spokesperson me say John Mahama wa anya me ko mentwema no and ono nim say ko me metena ha mentwema no nti as far as say me wa hanko ade mo amosibo kwan ye nyeye no send it to us, we will forward it to the road minister, they will come there and take care of it. And it's na wutia tour and it's na wutia tax and it's na aban papa ba sa aban is managing the economy well and the aban way has been able to cut costs. This government is doing something extraordinary. They have cut down budgets and they have cut down budget. Unnecessary things to be na sebio infasoni so no aban we akate sanyo we ye free ho he. So what do we need to form aban we about power? A year now aban we into car for aban car we are aban we beto cars are be inherited no the same cars no we use. The John Dramani Mahama administration Nana do Dankwe Kufuor mobile power in less than 7 months. Omo car over 2,000. Emu Lexus. Omo to V8 gang. John Mahama about power. Or say we need to be prudent. We need to be smart. We need to make sure say waste no. And John Mahama by way, they have not taken money to go buy 10 cars. Say yakoto 10 V8 ababichi. Cars are uhuni old cars are. Nana do Dankwe Kufuor mo. No, but still they are managing it. There are so many CEOs, the cars are old, but they are managing it because John Mahama no all chance. If it is necessary for the government to buy vehicles, the government will buy. But so far, the government has not seen the reason to go out there and spend millions because the finance minister will not agree to that easily. The finance minister at Force will not just get up and say, because I want to look nice, because I want to drive in a nice car, because me per se Ghana, Kofo who's the President Mahama, or Kwan the convoy say, in do 7. John Mahama is the most easiest, simplest, easy president of Ghana. Or you see his saloon cars. That's it. And he also said this government is being prudent. And the kudiyeti abaywe enye sikadi enye wabe brain say abaywe enim de ose de here and de fata. The government is taking its time to make decisions. This government is not in the business of splashing money anyhow because yaba baimu. And so person with the magic. I know sometimes MP before to busa question be na John Mahama benye sika wen na John Mahama benye sika wen. John Mahama will have to is the only way John Mahama dinye sika and say or cut costs. Sika and tom free wiem. You need to think to make money. And John Mahama has realized to say, or the finance minister and his cabinet are realized to say, so much to me limiting your maybe in Fasod Niswa. You benya enough money. How many ministers do we have now? And this is the kind of governance we are talking about from the beginning. Nana do Dankwe Kufuor, she ministers so ye, she MPs are mudinechi, she nkwasiade omuye. John Mahama is working with the leanest government in the history of the Republic of Ghana. It means say onim dia oye. It means say this government, they know what they are doing. This is good governance. Internet for whole year, on to send this Yabaya cra 200 cars, 300 cars. Because cars that we're gonna say Ejuma. Unless say a drew point to be on be say, okay, cars way the baby do no, yen to me rely on so. Ebi amu fuel consumption no, I too much because engine ache and as a car the body we need to change it. But so far, they have not seen a reason to go and bring in 2,000 cars. In this watch study NDC Yabaya we are, they have not bought any car, but the government is still running. And these are some of the things so we are Ghana near yakasa aban papa ba nyoman kitinkiti we na hu se nipa mu di oman ne omunim nyansa na so omagimi. These people oma chese omunim nyansa omunim oman chichire oma dwini wo fie omo ye badwembafo Sankwas no Jimmy. It is all about flashy things. Ekufuado she suit why say bodies. And bedi etuo sorry I know one or the tobacco tiano to na oma she 3-piece suit say omo tonton eye koliba ewo French for kwan so was France. You see the way they dress, these MPP guys like clowns. Who bedi etuo our dress here I say ojina eye Times Square and all this can I say all your jokes chire nkwara uhwe Ekufuado. They dress like they are crazy people. And we have crossed that stage where say because omo yentia because omo yan kroa omo tiru enwini ho e de say Bawumia Ekufuado bedi etuo Gabi Oforiata sa amwa also omo nyan kroa omo tiru enwini omo tiru se hwa inti inferiority complex kakra ho and I want to say we are so intiatia for the inferiority complex omo problem pa intani say omo bu omo abomfia so they always want to be noticed anything MPP ba power who say they bia no omo person omo force to impress into they be no mujimi and intina and this power we could see say they are not tempted to feel say they are under pressure to please anybody. Their job is to serve the leader. No, the actions send a lot of message to the subordinates or the people he works with. Anytime catcher will say Bawumia Ekufuado and the MPP adani atrofo party no Bawumia because time Ekufuado de baton ma Bawumia no. They were all following Bawumia. Every single thing Bawumia did, and no more. Bawumia sa omosa. Bawumia etonyuma omotonyum. Bawumia inti. They learned a lot from Bawumia, and the hallmark of Bawumia was lies. Now Bawumia was consistently lying. The time Omuya and the flag bearer, majority of the people who were following Bawumia felt to say, if this is what our leader wants to do, we cannot deviate from what our leader believes in. It is Osha, the party, the followership, the grassroots, the MPs, they all told the line of lies. Until you could see, say, they moved away from reality and they felt to say, we need to also lie like Bawumia to be accepted. Into Bawumia digitization, I don't mean digitization. Bawumia say, oh, men am here way, no because they knew, say almost deviative free Bawumia principles of lies now. It will expose Bawumia. So for them not to expose Bawumia, no, all of them told the Bawumia line. And the campaign was full of lies. The party now has turned into a party of lies. Every single thing that comes out from their mouth is a lie because the leadership, anytime the culture will say, so your MPP, NDC appointee, you are scared to even lie. When you are going out to speak, you are first thinking about your boss. Hey, na my boss, on your opportunity na same way obeka. So your CEO, and also your appointee of John Mahama, every time you are going on TV or radio to speak, you start to think twice before you speak. The first thing you do is you now put yourself in John Mahama's shoes and say, if this is John Mahama, is he going to speak this way? So every single time, so what tier NDC for now, every time they contribute, so almost your discussions are, you could see, say, hardly do you hear an NDC person fumbling or lying because Onim said the leader will not agree to these kind of things. So, cabinet member, NDC no kasa, you could see, say, they are speaking the way their leader speaks because the leader will not agree with you when you go out there to sell a message that he does not endorse. And anytime because the leadership, it trickles down to the party and its grassroots. So party leader no with Jimmy na oya trofwa. The party grassroots and then the followership it will ripple down. A baba down wa baby see a form into Ushia MPP niya. All that they do is they lie. Into Ubusan said Diana Bawumia betumaye no chatro because he believes to say that is how Bawumia will speak. That is how Bawumia will say things. In Tubusan questioner, quickly he started to think about his leader. And Bawumia Bekan is saying, Bawumia will lie. So let me also lie because that is what Bawumia represents. And there's a big difference between the NPP and the NDC. Every day it's about leadership. Ekufuado president, we saw it. Every single thing that the NPP did, they were looking at the body language of the Ekufuado before they did it. The day they won elections, they went to the Jubilee House, they went and attacked ASP Nanka Bruce Mo. They knew, say, Ekufuado, Bawumia Dems will agree. They will not speak against it. If you are Ayawaso West Wagon, they used Brian the Champon, some criminals and thugs. They attacked, they shot people. They knew, say, what they were doing, the president's body language and what he believes in, he will not condemn it. So they had that freedom. They had that energy. That is where they got their encouragement and their inspiration. They got the inspiration from the leader because they know, say, when they take this action, the president then Akufo-Addo will not react. He will, in fact, endorse it. So when Brian Champon led the thugs to go to Ayawaso to assault Ghanaians and shoot some of them, no, he was not worried because he knew Akufo-Addo will not publicly condemn the action. Into leadership, posture of leadership is very important. Actions, the way you talk, the way you react to things as a leader, no, is sending a message. Technically, the grassroots or the followership, no, they take your blood, they suck your blood. So your DNA should be in a party. It is NPP, no, it has become a party of lies. It is the DNA of Bawumia and the leadership of the NPP, no, and nuna abadawa abefra omumoja. So they cannot deviate from the DNA of the party. And the leadership of the party, they know. Anything that you cannot get an NDC person say something in contradiction to what John Mahama has said. No, because they know John Mahama will not look on for you to say these things to Ghanaians. John Mahama is not going to lie to the people. It is our minister, we are MP, we are party executive. When you are talking, you are very careful because you know your leader does not represent lies. So we study the two leadership, the two parties are. It is what the leader does. It is the posture, the gestures, and the actions and endorsement of the leader, no? And then a trickle down. That is the DNA of a party. It is how God is say, Sadi po omi to trafwa, omu leader niya, usha leader na obeti inko from dini chiasi. The leadership will give you an understanding of how the people or the group or now think. So leader niya rebellious, so leader na bodam. So leader near trufwa, automatically the party followership, you know, they all become lies. They are liars. They all start to believe in lies. They all toe that line. And then the difference or the gap between the NDC and the MPP is wide. Don't get it. This is politics basic. Now, Mamenche Adiebia Ekoso, let's kill some jandam. It's exactly 4:16 p.m. Oba Ghana 9:16. Now, Bright Simons, Bright Simons, I don't know how he wants to be called, but for some time now, I feel say there are some people in Ghana, the space is becoming too tight. The idea, and I said the kind of perception people had about them, say they were jack of all trade and that they were super intelligent than every single person who basically contributes to state or national discourse. No? For some time, your group in Nipebi say when they speak, majority of Ghanaians, we should all swallow because they are super intelligent. And that they delve deep, they are deeper, and then Nipebi kreti bibi to yetrim say sanko for we do kasa. And this Ghana Nibia counter what they say. It started from Akufo-Addo's time, from 2008. That is when the Kukubakus came out. That is when we saw the Egbert Fables. That is when we saw the Jantre Nipol Adumochemo. We saw Ace and Kumamo. That is when we saw people popping up and making it look like they are intellectual. So they came in that name. They came with that tag. And it was so difficult for people, reasonable Ghanaians who think rationally, to even be like, you know what? As some now Canada, without due respect, it does not make sense. It was haram. It was like a crime for you to say obi to say Sankuma e kan kwasi asem, and I say obi to say Kokubako e kan kwasi asem, and I say obi to say Kofi Bento e kan kwasi asem, and as somebody who is part of a think tank is talking nonsense. We were not able to do that because they created a niche. They created this thing in our head to say, when it comes to politics and national discourse, there are a group of people who are the only intelligent people to speak on our behalf and to make decisions on our behalf when it comes to national issues. For some time now, I'm beginning to see, say, the so-called intellectuals, we see them write lots of articles. Most of them taking it from AI. Majority of them pretending to only speak English and to make it look like when you speak English, every single person is an idiot. It is beginning to look like the space is getting uncomfortable for them. And one particular person, I know for a fact, and I'll say it, there is a group, a WhatsApp group, Kofi Bento, Bright Simons, Mahmoud Bawumiamo, they are all part of that group. Me, I'm not into the business of WhatsApp group. I don't care. But I know Bright Simons is in touch with Bawumia's campaign. I know for a fact. And wherever he sits to contest this, I'll prove to him. I know Bryce Simmons, Bawumia, they have contacted him to try and make sure they try to change the narrative to make Bawumia look good. Now, you can see slowly say, Bryce Simmons and in the group, they are trying everything possible to find fault with this government. Even where there are no faults, they are doing everything possible to make sure, say, they will create problem. They will create an impression, say, there's something wrong. Now, let's listen to Bryce Simmons. He has an issue with exchange rates now. Let's listen to him.
Minus this, therefore, he has done well.
So
is that the way to interpret it?
So in my view, that's where the danger lies. Okay. Because my view is that it's about the long-term stability of the exchange rate. The ability to hold your exchange rate relatively stable.
Good.
In comparison with your major trading partners. Good. Exchange rate is not some blanket number. It's
not a relative figure
to some other country.
Yeah.
That's why the pound exchange rate is not the same as the dollar exchange rate. So that's important. The second one is that it's very trade-driven. And trade-driven dynamics mean, therefore, that there are countries that try to keep the exchange rate low, like China for many years. In fact, one of the biggest problems between the Chinese and Americans was that Americans used to accuse the Chinese of undervaluing their currency.
So they are exporting more
exports.
competitive.
Exactly. So Japan was also accused for many years of gaming the yen, which means, therefore, that if the trade channel is important to you, then the exchange rate is not a simple number and just keep it strong.
There are strategic reasons for keeping it at a certain place.
Yeah, but what is important is that it shouldn't fluctuate wildly.
So stability is the most important thing.
Stability is the most important thing, not necessarily appreciation.
And stability over what period? How do you measure stability?
That's hard. But generally, it should be in sync with the business cycle. Because mostly it's about the private sector.
You see, now, the positive exchange rate that we are seeing now, these people have a problem with it now. Now, they are trying to tell us to say, oh, exchange rate in the crop now, it's doing well, no? It is not something that we are supposed to see it say because the exchange rate is doing well, no, the economy is doing well. Now, you see, the problem I have with these people, and I say, I think, with all due respect to them, whatever they went to school to learn, in their heads, they are expecting it, which I understand. But you see, when you sit in Ghana and you feel, say, there's no problem and that we need to speak for problem to be solved, then you make a mockery out of yourself. Now, when you talk about exchange rate and what countries like China and Japan or these first class or whatever countries do to make sure their exchange rate makes it look like they are doing well, the Chinese, they can decide to manipulate their exchange rate to send a message out there that they are doing well. They can do it, and it is not going to affect them. The Chinese can do that. They can do that because the Chinese, at the end of the day, they can choose not to even import anything for a month, and they'll be fine. In fact, for a year, the Chinese can live on their own production. Now, when it comes to a country like Ghana, which is a third world country, which, at the end of the day, the economy, the basics or the fundamentals are determined by exports and imports. You cannot sit there and say, let us run down the exchange rate, and that the exchange rate cannot, at the end of the day, you cannot use that to basically measure the level of economic gains or how the economy is doing. Let me tell you, the exchange rate at where it is a clear reflection of the work that we have put in and that what the government is doing. Because this is not the first government in Ghana. There's been governments. Recently we had that we said economists were the ones leading the economic decisions of the country, and we still saw the exchange rate swallowing the country. So if we get to this point whereby we have a consistent exchange rate, whereby the fluctuations are not as crazy and are not as quick, and then we can sit and say that our exchange rate can be determined, can be assessed, can be monitored at a period of time, then you need to give credit to that country, because it is not even easy for a nation to basically say that our exchange rate, we can give you an idea of where our dollar rate is going to be or where the city strength is going to be. So when you sit in Ghana and then you want to run down a government, whatever they have done in the name of intellectual discussion, people who are smart enough to read between the lines, they'll get to know that you are basically making a joke out of yourself. With all due respect to you, you don't know everything on this planet. The same way you pick things and you read. That's the same way other people who went to the same school with you and read other things pick stuff and read. Now, what you are trying to do there, you see, suddenly, when the exchange rate is good, we as a nation should not be happy about it because it is nothing extraordinary. But a few years ago, our conversation was all around the exchange rate, where people were saying that when the exchange rate, when the fundamentals are weak, the exchange rate will expose you. How come, as it said today, the exchange rates are consistent, they are doing well? We see the dollar struggling against the cedi. Today, suddenly, we believe that no, the exchange rate at this point, should not be something that we can base on to say that the economy is doing well or not. And I feel, say, when you guys call yourselves intellectuals, sometimes you need to add about 70% of common sense to your analysis. With all due respect, I'm not disrespecting or insulting people, but the chew and pour, the thing whereby you people go and read some articles and AI books, write-ups to come and make it look like, say, it is wrong. It is not about you dressing like a Pentecost elder and being like timid and telling people you watch porn inside, you don't watch it outside, you don't have an earring on, and you walk in a certain way or speak in a certain way, or every Sunday you go to church. That does not automatically make you a better or an intelligent person than the ordinary person with an earring or the ordinary person who does not do what you do. You people should be blunt and honest enough for people to understand what is going on. How do you sit in Ghana and try and use Japan and China to assess Ghana's economic gains? The Chinese, the Japanese, they can decide not to do what? They can decide not to import anything for a year. And I bet you those guys can survive. But can we live without imports for a month? We can't. So sometimes when we make progress in these kind of things, it's good that we sit and let people know the kind of work that has been put in it. If those guys who left power, right, yours Bawumia, who left power, if he was intelligent enough, he would have brought the dollar to 10. He did not have that knowledge to put things together to make sure that the dollar does not fluctuate. It does not go all the way to 17, all the way to 18. So, the chew and pour is too much. We have had enough of you people. And I feel, say, when there's no problem, you people have nothing to do. The only time you people become relevant is when there's something to talk about. And you people find ways to create problems so that you can be relevant in the system. Because it's beginning to look like this government has been able to silence all critics because it is basically doing what the people want. And we all know, say, for you people to be relevant, you have to force and create an issue so that people will think that you people are important in our national discourse. You are important, but sometimes let's add the rational part of it, the common sense part of it. The last time you went on TV to challenge Sami Jemfi on the gold board matter, people saw through you that you were vague, you were flat. It started when we have the helicopter crash, when you went to sit on TV, embarrassed yourself without AI kind of discussion. People got to see through you, Bryce Simmons, that you cannot call yourself master for all trade. Whatever you are an expert in, stick to that. Because it is looking like as the days go by, you start to embarrass yourself. You are becoming an AI analyst. You are becoming like a flat-footed analyst. From that day, and a lot of people got to know, say, the hype was too much for no reason. Ebaya Bedru Gold Board discussion on Newsfile. Whenever you spoke and contributed, people realized that what you were saying was not different from a JSS social studies teacher. There was nothing extraordinary that you brought into that conversation that people should sit and say your ideas or your contributions should be something that we have to strictly go by. No. You people imposed yourselves on us for a long time, and I believe that it's about time you came to that realization that you need to attach more common sense to you people, your discussions than the chew and pour. The chew and pour is getting too much. Chew and pour, ya bedru ha. Ya di Ghana share ba umiansem. Chew and pour na ba umiane kufu ade ya na $1 could do 17. Majority of you guys calling yourselves intellectuals, you lost all your savings in our various banks. You lost it. Most of you are hungry and poor. DDEP. Because we were using textbook to run the nation, application of common sense was taken out. We used idiots to run this economy. People lost all their investment. We are back again. People are applying common sense and book. Your people still have an issue with that. How many countries in the sub-region have been able to turn their economy around like the way Ghana is doing? If even Ghana is doing the wrong way, don't you think other people would like to learn the wrong way to at least ease the pressure on their citizenry? That's what we are talking about. That's why from the beginning I was saying, I don't care how the NDC solve the problem. As far as the NDC keeps the dollar at 10, 11, 12, which does not cross 18, 20, I am fine. Because I don't have the capacity to go and make sure the dollar drops to 10. I don't have the know-how. I'm not an economist. I'm not a financial expert. I am not a businessman or a politician to make sure that works. It is their job. It is the job of the Bank of Ghana governor. It is the job of the finance minister. It is the job of the government to think. They need to do the thinking for us. So if they have been able to do the thinking for us, and today the dollar has dropped from 18 to 10, what is your issue with the exchange rate again? You don't live a free life. You have restricted yourself to some kind of timid life whereby so you look old. You people should live a free life a little bit. Just be free. Just live a normal free life. You people are all jacked up. You don't know what to do. It is not the simplicity and wearing long sleeves is not making you go to heaven or making you sound intelligent. It's about living a free life and speaking your mind. The true employer is getting too much. We are tired. It has derailed this country for too long. We need raw common sense applications near the kabuki. You people cannot know everything. Why? Right. Whatever you are learning, learn better, because right now we are beginning to see you are weak-minded. You might be an expert in something, but you are not jack of all trades. It is looking like every single day I take my time to listen to you, you become vaguer and vaguer and vaguer. You are becoming more vague. And we are beginning to see all of you. Right now, when Kofi Bento speaks, I saw about them. You ask yourself, these were the people who we were listening to 8-9 years ago and taking decisions. Say Kofi Bento Kasana, I saw about them. And you ask yourself, so how did we get here? These are very important things that sometimes we have to start paying attention to these people. The narrative they want to place, they want to create an impression, the positives of this government, there's nothing happening. The government has done things government upon government have not been able to do. I was in Ghana this December. I saw excitement in the eyes of Ghanaians. I saw the excitement in the eyes of traders. I saw excitement in the eyes of contractors. I saw excitement in the eyes of ordinary people, hawkers on the street. The economy was alive. People are not as stressed as before. That is basic. And that is the job of and the responsibility of a government. That is what we are looking for and we are getting. Enough of the textbook, long talk, unnecessary jargons that does not bring anything to the table, does not change anything. You people had all these ideas. Baomia, your friends, you were not able to run this country. We are not going to allow you people to use textbook to run this country again. We are not going to allow that. We are going to make sure people add common sense to what they have learned in school to run this nation. And that is what Ato Forson is doing. That is what John Mahama is doing. That is what Sami Jemfi is doing. We are not going to allow you people to use 90% textbook. The textbook was written by some madman. So if you fail to apply the common sense, we are not going to allow you people to do that again. Now, we are reacting. Yeah, if you have a problem, it's your own problem. Now, the next one is this. It's about Kesbin FM. And the Mitia Semi or Kesbin. It's a video. Let's listen. My catcher must say, Mutia radio, Mutia TV. 90% of Mbranti TV is in radio. So, Anopebia, Omofa Edro. Dodo anonum weed. And weed. So, onum bonena and illegal drug. You weed there, papa. Bebreno enum red. Bebreno are on drugs, hard drugs. Some are on heroin. Some of them, psychologically, they are not right. In this TV, one out to radio, one out morning shows near the idea. Be very, very careful about what you consume. Now, this gentleman, almost some friend cigar, or he made some astonishing statement on Kesbin FM. And on a show why the NPP is at where they are today. Why the NPP, Omumbua Santefo, and I keep telling you, they know where to pick, where to say what they have to say, because they choose their listeners. They assess their listeners, they rate their intelligence, and then they feed them chaff. Now, this is Kesbin FM, Mumianko Tie, Asama Drag Addict we kind.
And activate that side of the whole thing, where we don't allow your vice president, former president, stay. Without doing anything. Now, ensure say you appoint them to do certain jobs for the country.
Yeah.
So then we lock them down.
Yeah. Mama is secret to be. Anna. Who say Baumia wanted to appoint President Kufuor as a running mate?
Really?
I'll tell you. Dr. Mahmoud Baumia, he wanted to appoint President Kufuor as a running mate in 2024 elections. Chebia, who wouldn't understand this. At a point when NPP realized that Ashanti region is becoming a problem, where they shouldn't have been a problem, their strongest hold was fallen. They needed somebody that Ghana for Dono. Ghana for a bit me okay, this is a fresh beginning. As for this man there, I think this thing was discussed on Pollard Watch's program. Don't even Ghana. Because of that hint. So they were discussing even this provision. Say, President Kufuor to be bad. Yes. So at the point they wanted to appoint President Kufuor. So we hear Germany way, Dr. Baumia becomes a president. They show President Kufuor and reappoint another vice president.
It would have been possible, right?
Because you had the new question to me.
Yeah.
So because Omoma Kanina be a problem. It's President Kufuor there. So bit ni Kumasi Jom, yes, Kufuor there, health insurance, Kufuor there, free maternal care, cocoa mass spraying, metro transit, Kufuor school feeding, Kufuor wine, metro ban. Befaketi bibian mato. To the question 2 million, we are President Kufuor is old. Obetimi akasema resign. You bet me declare incapacitated. Then no, I resign. Then they appoint.
Or say, or be declare Kufuor incapacitated. Hey, Kufuor Jimmy too. Hey, me see. So Kufuor we own. Me see you pona. Ma catch them. Every before we. Or say, or me declare Kufuor incapacitated. Or me go to me we are. Or me na Kufuor collection box. Every before, or me Jimmy brutal. Boys way. Me see or me no nro. Omo be declare me papa Kufuor incapacitated. Palatable man amo enkwasiafo small boys. Politics na yefo. Ba omia na wonya bebi na odi ni sika nto na odi amasa enkwasiafo we. Utina TV so tumi bie wa no ka asem we kira santefo. Oba na chim no wudo. Otumi bie na no e ka asem say ai na ba omia na omo ne meeting no na ba omia pese oyi President Kufuor send the vice. Na mo akasa inti asem we pa obetuma gina nkran aka. Na we be na no say omo bi am de Kufuor kwaji tumi a no mo declare incapacitated ko say Kufuor da oye just say you say incapacitated o te sakura ya do show abepai just say boys we grandson mu ade Kufuor yi mo be declare incapacitated me see we mo omo ye junkies we mo omo Jimmy. These are the people MPP4 are using to convince Ghana for say Bawumia and also ya to abamano. How can a young man, and you see, they look at their listenership. Omo checking where ya santimemu. Sebio manisi sumila so. Guys before one santifo do one so mo Jimmy. Omo to me kenkan. Omo de omo no omo ye talk for nti yanka bibi nto omo ntirim. Nti nanka na wonim say Bawumia nanka peso yi Kufuor as his running mate. Na otwene so to you say e go for yo. Omo Jimmy too. Omo Jimmy too. Ena omotiwo ena asanteman etie I know him nanka Bawumia koyi Kufuor as the running mate because na asanteman your problem just say omotina radio so asantememu a omo asantifo nyina so omo Jimmy omo no makonkran aba ono ne ko nkran na to UTV so nti omo maka nyina Jimmy yani akobe bi epo nti ye ne anim de ka na utumi tina TV so we ready for we mo omo no nuro we mo me drug addicts apeteshifo apeteshia de praguaya no monom ano potuto mu kan omu kasagu so a untumi nye na how can you sit on radio on TV this statement alone kwa emayati asese Bawumia ni munyansa se Bawumia mba abontene ambeka say this boy should apologize to him then it means Bawumia kwa oni munyansa na say mo na mudi Bawumia chi 2024 no na Bawumia ohum samu yankokọ na Bawumia person of Akufo as running mate. This guy needs to come and prove to MPP Nia Santimai say asam na wo kan sha Bawumia kon no eye no kre. Fact pa original some way so kano. That's say all the time ani ka say Bawumia nim nyansa no. With all due respect, yen nyina yen nim say J.A. Kufuor, former president, Sebio class prefect going to me nyanene. And I'm not saying that in a bad way. I'm saying that because he has gone into that point whereby saying the vice president of America, he will tell you, I'm not going to do it. How much more an intoxicated, diabolic, dangerous, myopic, confused, ignorant, foolish, dramatic, inconsistent, pragmatic idiots, party. Your friend MPP. Why should Kufuor come and be the running mate of Mahamudu Bawumia? This boy, these people, they want to lower Kufuor, ne respect for Ghana and the party. And I don't blame them. I don't blame them because Bawumia and Amomoya Sanyoma way. And Mahamudu Bawumia hosting Jimmy Chan guest no. Hosting where Jimmy Chan guest had here.
And you think you're activating that side of the whole thing where we don't allow your vice president, your former president, stay, without doing anything. Now, ensure say you better appoint you to do certain jobs for the country.
Yeah.
So then we lock them down.
Yeah. Mama is secret to be. Anna. Who say Bawumia wanted to appoint President Kufuor as a running mate?
Really?
I'll tell you. Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia, he wanted to appoint President Kufuor as a running mate in 2024 election. Chebia, you wouldn't understand this. At a point when NPP realized that Ashanti region is becoming a problem, where they shouldn't have been a problem, their strongest hold was fallen. They needed somebody that Ghana for Dono. Ghana for a bit me okay, this is a fresh beginning. As for this man there, I think this thing was discussed on Paul Adwatch's program. Good evening, Ghana. Because of that hint, so they were discussing even this provision. Say President Kufuor to be a ban. Yes. So at the point they wanted to appoint President Kufuor. So we hear Germany way, Dr. Bawumia becomes a president. They show President Kufuor and reappoint another vice president.
It would have been possible, right?
Because you had the new to me.
Yeah.
So because Omo Makani na be a problem. It's President Kufuor there. So bit ni Kumasi Jom. Yes, Kufuor there. Health insurance. Kufuor there. Free maternal care. Kokoma spraying. Metro transit. Kufuor school feeding, Kufuor wine, Metraban. Befakati Bibian Mato. To the 2 million we are President Kufuor is old. Obetimia Kasema resign. You bet me declare incapacitated. Obetimia Kasema resign. You bet me declare incapacitated. Obetimia Kasema resign. You bet me declare incapacitated. Then no I resign. Obetimia Kasema resign. You bet me declare incapacitated. Obetimia Kasema resign. You bet me declare incapacitated.
Just say, then he go for you. Omo Jimmy too. When we omo ni mesi pona. Any asobaire. Pona ni asobaire. Any ayade ehwentia. Omo one of us watch MPP before. Hwentia. I didn't friend hwentia no. And one of us watch MPP communicators. Hwenko asem yo oka. Yen declare papa Kufuor incapacitated. Now what you say? Never Kufuor to me, yen declare incapacitated. Now Kufuor was incapacitated. Just the disrespect and the foolishness. The gross incapacitated in the form of disrespect. So this is gross incapacitated in form of disrespect. Now host it to oh wow. Now akwawe onware anopa wanum codeine and wabo eyedien mafie guso and ode red atoso and wanuma peteshi and wabetena incapacitated. Now Paul Admochi shows in the discuss here. You see where they get their information from. When they are discussing Ghana, it is all about MPP supporters on Santimemo. It's finished. That is all. That is all. When it comes to national discourse, you see them start big like this. They will circle it down. Almost it will end up with tribalism. Yeah, a party. Una will say NPP who say Asanteman, they were losing Asanteman, Asantefo, into the Kufuor Bechira Moa, Ghana Beji Kufuatum. Ukas Asantefo ne Beji Kufuatum and I say Ghana. Because at that point, when the Kaka say NPP who say no more lose Ashanti region, Asantefo no vote, no, Kejetia for vote, no, Edum for vote, no. Now, how can you bring Kufuor and tell me, say, Ghanaians will accept Kufuor being the running mate to Bawumia? Now you're insane. And you know the funny thing, and upon the Baconia BMO PZ, Namin call for EB, ready for no mugu, and they keep misleading, misinforming, disinforming, and not afe yet yada dem. Until from 1992, was ya try yada demwa besine. Into the only thing the boy who and they say, hey, yeah, you're too for nana. But when it comes to the new world that comes with technology, advancement, building a nation, we say we are back. We are all the way back. Into the only thing that yetimi ekreti sebio yade kata ye ferrier any sebio ye krona entumi nkode nim ama sebio nkofo bi ka se asante ye kurase no asantema ye kurase no. It is ye nyina yesum otumfo ye nyina yesum otekokoso. We respect otekokoso ye bo otumfo or your hinekese, but otumfo at the end of the day you did not vote for otumfo said to Otumfo said to Odiakunya, and into nana yebuno. But when it comes to your taxes that you are paying, you are not paying your taxes to Otumfo to build roads. You are not paying your taxes to Otumfo to build hospitals. You are not paying your taxes to Otumfo to come and then build a factory, to come and change the life, build schools, build universities. Your taxes does not go to Otumfo, so you hold the people you have given your taxes to accountable that the taxes we paid to you. Because asantini bienia santimemo otua etuoma otumfo. Enti debiano na development na yempese ebeka ho asem no ende oba asantimemu a kasa e wo se yeka no yaka na hye ene yede nyoma bi akata yeniwo so eni na bebi egina na egina no. And I'm not saying this from a bad place. I'm saying this from a place me nyini wa asantimemu, so I understand. Hey, sometimes we are supposed to have some blunt, candid conversations in the Ashanti region. But nipa ni bi wo ha say omobe face the reality and the truth, you know. What they do is debiano na yakotwa otekokwo so ntoma na ya bekasa ya de bekata asem no so na de hia pa na wo say ye ka ema ne sesa asanteman imebunu abrabo no na ya de akata so. So it makes it difficult for Otumfo to be a chief or a king. Because at the end of the day, the responsibility na was say a Jeffrey Abayono. Na ya force we PM Otumfo, but Otumfo at the end of the day is not taking taxes from anybody in the Ashanti region. And it's a West Stadia. In some way, I was say Ebiane said before election 2024. Na Paul Admotri MPP for Bawumia Munya Bekacha mu say Kumasi yeba be change airport needing an international airport. Imagine it's almost a year and a half. No international flight in Orlando Asantimemu. This is a conversation we need to have. This is a conversation that we need to have. We need to be angry about that a political party, a government in office lied to the people of Ashanti. So if we can't sit and have this candid conversation, start asking the question and posing the questions to the people who deceived us. The NPP deceived us. And all their candidates are not even supposed to come to the Ashanti region to talk to anybody. It is about Umira Ashanti region. Now, automatically, and I say subconsciously, about it seems with all due respect, because don't they remember anything? They see any that is where the problem is. Yensi antumagufi wa bontene. Na entumagufi no so eye fin gudam cha amafo begin say ya bodamfo ene den ye ne nyoma finda nti at a point no nyoma fin no edoso ne ye bie pia bontene ne aka no kore no na sebi ye dem so ate because ye ntumi mfa ntumafin ngudam saa ebedu pempenso bi nya bebi na nti obi twam abaka se dem bon obi twam abaka se ada ya bodama na adentina ya bo ntumagufin agudam ya da bontene. That is what we are facing. Nti so we raise the issue of Ashanti development. Some people, because they are uncomfortable, what they do is they go hide behind Otumfo, and then they make it difficult for Asanteman to get development. That is the problem. She said how some people have turned against the Ashanti regional minister. Oya Santiniba, or this year, or no so Sebio or some Sikeja. Why would Asantini have a problem with a young man who is trying to save Asanteman, to bring development to Asanteman, to make sure say to make sure say bridges ebuya? Why do you think a political party, individuals will sit on TV, on radio, and try everything to destroy that man? It is because it is tough. It is difficult. And that is what Yania was Santimemo ya Tuabama MPP no. That is our reality we need to face. Edru baby ade shekura to me dwane na enkwa omakon. Edru baby I was see a kano kure no sene etie. The NPP omo deceiver Santimaya che. It is not mina mebe kano emamohu. All of you guys in the Ashanti region are most support to NPP. You know deep down. Mumubi mutu muban kraya mutumi busa mo ho makume mu se enti ade we nyina bi ntumi ma santime mu hwende nyoma esi won kran hwe development e koso won kran asenso bo achi be road minister na oten kran na or commission adien an interchange or commission ayadien road na oten kran o twa homem se yenya kwan na yabodwa asantini ba this year odi mokodi nchene ye man road minister when to me entwa humemu asantime man ka say yenye kwan 1 kilometer. This is serious. And at the same asenso boacha why say bentua ye be express road afa asantime mu also on tiase. This is what I talk about. Yenye ankasa na ye ku ye ho yenye ankasa na ye ma nipa bi ebu ya bomfia yenye na ye ma nipa bi efre ye say ye nkurasefo. We need to sometimes face the reality. Senke statica bom buankrasem enanka yamfa politics ambeshi shemanka say ye di nanakata so enanka ye honest with the NPP anka buankra inland port anka NPP onko sanko mo ye 8 years ye twa homemu mpren miensa for 8 years nanka buankra inland port sanke ye ya anka santiman imebunu a ende bebre nya adwumanya sebi ododogu PZ enum indubone no kom nyina benya adwuma ye. Why are we doing this to ourselves? Why have we become people? We just don't want to face reality. So we are not supposed to do that. Into today, because of politics in tea, Mube declare incapacitated. Do you understand that word? This boy needs to apologize to the NPP. In fact, Mahmoud Baumia needs to prove to us, say, Asama boy we kano and yet no credit. Because you see, Sabaumia tina or sponsor nkwa we na omu guni peni mase omu didim peni fuatem almost say a year partner ayana a hard. How can you sit on radio, TV, and tell Ghana for say the NPP they will use Kufuor as a running mate and declare him incapacitated? Do you understand the word you are using? This is the meaning of incapacitated. When you read the meaning, past tense, incapacitated, past participle, incapacitated, prevent from functioning in a normal way. Omo de kofoji to me no omo declare say he is not normal. He cannot function well. That is what this boy is saying. That or say omo de kofoji to me, how can you bring a former president as a running mate? That's a big lie. But Umia, did you make that decision? Did you think of even doing that? And secondly, how can you say you will use him to take power and declare him incapacitated? Then you want to tell us that after using him to get power, you cannot use him to do anything in a normal way. So Kufuor is a dysfunctional human being. And these boys are walking and saying, yes, ye campaign mabaumia, and you be sit there and all these things are happening. Bro, for you 99% of us anti-mind for support to MPP. So obi use sade we wo nana so o papa so ofia obubefu. So obi begina bantama, obegina safo. No show wenim kasa wo nana kwesi kwaten, we will declare this man incapacitated. Wo onti asienti. Obegin say asem keto na waka na ete say obi a onte brofo ka say lumba nim nyom to chen Michael Jackson. If you say wonte brofo nti, wa adwin yo say lumba onim nyom to chen Michael Jackson. Eni ntira na obeka sa asem no. Na say brofo we sa what yasia anka akwawe ka say obube declare Kufuor incapacitated anka or say Asantemaika said no. You want to the disrespect, dysfunctional Kufuor is not functioning in a normal way, you would declare him dysfunctional, unfunctional. Just say you just see him as a disabled human being. You would declare him incapacitated. Who born dog? Fama omoni anto aso videos ni bebre ho ebe dwedwam. Ye girem.
Hey! Cha 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 cha. Hey! Mama! Hey! Nyata, nyata, nyata biloko, nyata, nyata nagai, nyata. Mama! Hey! Hey! Cha 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 cha. Hey! Mama! Hey! Nyata, nyata, nyata biloko, nyata.
You are still live on Loud Silence TV. My name is Kevin Akobedu Taylor. It's exactly 9:54 p.m. in Ghana. We are blazing all platforms. Facebook, TV, radio, YouTube. Take every platform is blazing. We control. Now, there's another video I want us to react to. This issue about the defense minister in Ghana. And I have followed this gentleman, your friend, Farouk Al-Wahab. And I think majority of the radios and TVs, of course, almost introducing him as an international relations expert or something like that. And I give him credit for that. And we came across a video where he was reacting to some security issues. And it was on Angel FM, Sadiq Adams, the host. Now, we listened to the submission. It came to the issue about the defense ministry, our security, and Al-Wahab has carried himself in Ghana or around the nation as an international expert, whereby as we see outside the borders of Ghana and in Ghana when it comes to security, international relations, he carries himself around and say he is an expert. He knows more than majority of us. So many people have not challenged yet the background. They have not challenged the number of meetings and assignments and what actually qualifies somebody to call themselves an expert. But it's Ghana. Let's leave it there. He made a comment today, and I believe he said, as an international security expert or international relations expert or whatever, no, he should know better when it comes to security, positioning, security as an institution, leadership of security agencies, their job as leaders, and the job of institutions. There are two different things here. There's what we call the security institution. There's what we call the security and leadership. Now, if you're not able to distinguish between the security as an institution or as a body from the leadership of security institutions, you might be an expert in that field, but you end up exposing yourself and some way or somehow letting people know, say, you are not current as people think you are supposed to be. When it comes to political issues, when it comes to international relations issues, when it comes to security issues, you have to be super updated. You have to also understand, say, when it comes to security, decisions that are taken strategically, maybe to the layman's eyes, and I say, to we the layman, you better make as a security man be engineer gateway and one security man instead of three. Maybe we won't call security school and I say, wouldn't know anything about defense, you might think, say, why this big door and one security man standing in front of it? Maybe about 7 snipers have been put on some high buildings to be monitoring that gate. Technically, there are 8 people watching that gate. But when you go there and you see one police officer standing there, in your head, you might say, this is a big security mishap. Because why this big gate? Why so many things in this house and we have only one security man? For all you know, there are 16 cameras, 17 snipers who are all in hidden places monitoring the same gate. So when you call yourself an expert, international relations or security expert, sometimes when it comes to addressing issues, when it comes to national security, defense, and all these things, you need to be very mindful the way you speak. And I feel that sometimes people get too excited when they are called to speak on issues, or they are tagged a certain way or represent something. So they get carried away, and sometimes in their delivery, they undermine, they underestimate, even in the process of them trying to maybe say something about boa asemono. They end up rather discrediting and undermining the authority, and it is very tricky and dangerous. Now let's go listen to Al Wahab.
A country with that defense minister, it is very bad. Okay. It is very poor. Practically, from the time Nyameto and Safre, your defense minister, a country in this modern world without a substantive defense minister is an exposure. And it is a very, very, Burkina border day. Defense minister would have picked the intelligence, but the defense minister that we have now is sitting at the Ministry of Finance. The country most pressured ministry is the finance, because that does and deals with the distribution of money, economy. Everything has to run through the economy, education, economy, economy. Do you understand me? And as a interim support, obi measure holding office and only holding the defense ministry. Please, Mr. President, with this one, this is the only opportunity I'm taking to speak on this subject. Not the Minister of Finance. The reason is very simple. The ministry is already too much for him to bear. Minister of Defense also is the defense of the nation because of these days, and especially we have Boko and all that. At what time does he go to sit on economic planning meetings and discuss about economy and brief the presidency and brief the banks and etc. about the economy? How does he get time to go and sit with the military? That is wrong. Two, relatively who is doing the work of the same Minister of Defense, you can say, sir, defense ministry aside, the next person that you can consider should have been the interior. Interior police, interior immigration, interior prisons, or fire service, or NADBO, all those things. And the Sanka defense minister Ninoha, na say yenya substantive, or baby take over and kafa interior. Okay. And now less ministry, science and technology, say, but don't to me defense ministry and San Koka Minister of Finance. Abraham Morovan, so a finance minister or what be a defense background and a military background or anything to do with defense there. Okay, because he himself or that history. Only that background or Juma, I want a finance ministry. Yamanu concentrated no Jumano, no defense ministry, so officers still in Yaubia. My interior minister and share because it's the police and the same security company on the community no one share. It is wrong. We can't live with that a substantive ministry of a ministry.
That is the problem I have with his submission. And the problem is simple. If you look at security as cabinet meeting, caucus meeting, then without due respect, you calling yourself an international relations expert and security expert, you don't deserve to be called that, because like you said in your own statement, we are in a modern world where technology is basically running our security. Now, when the substantive minister, may he so rest in peace, Omane Boamah died, Omane Boamah was in direct collaboration. In fact, he was working hand in hand with the deputy finance minister. And remember, the deputy finance minister, deputy defense minister, Broja Jemfi. And remember, we all know that Broja Jemfi, after Omane Boamah left office, he has been exceptional. You see, when we sit to speak and we try to undermine people, their efforts, that is where some of us have problems with people like you. Your problem is that why didn't the president choose somebody else from a minor ministry? No ministry is minor. No ministry. There is a reason why they are ministries. Now, if the president decides to choose the finance minister to be the interim defense minister, then it means there's a specific reason why he did not say that the deputy defense minister should go home. There is a reason. Now, if you fail to acknowledge the deputy defense minister's role from that time till now, then it means you are also lacking the basic understanding of security and defense. Because at the end of the day, if the finance minister is playing a role that is just what we call an acting role, then it means that the deputy finance minister is playing the role as the defense minister. So nothing has really changed when it comes to the defense of this nation. At this point, when it comes to defense, Mr. Al-Wahab, I don't think that you would choose your enemy, even in your own family, to be your next of kin. You see, a woman and a woman, they are two different things. There's a reason why when cabinet names are coming out, defense is something that a lot of people are very, very interested in. Because we believe, say, if somebody is chosen as the defense minister and the honest president in the court, like he is somebody the president can trust. So you don't expect the president to just get up one morning and say that, you know what, with all due respect, the defense minister at this point is not around. There's a deputy who is working. And that because there is an interior minister, because there is a police officer or a minister, so I have to just put the person there. For all you know, the former defense ministers, when you go back and check their background, none of them had what we call experience in anything called defense. Now, your problem is that the finance minister has a lot of work, so he cannot perform. Okay, say, Asama Esiwa Boko, Senka Interior Defense Minister, when the defense minister is in Accra, he does not go to Boko to man the borders of Boko. Every single thing that happens in this country or outside this country or on our borders, it is all intelligence gathering and report that ends up in Accra. And I can tell you on authority that when Omane Boama was the defense minister, most times are not only around, his deputy was the one making sure the ministry was running. So if Omane Boama is not there and the president is still keeping the deputy defense minister and says that he is taking his time to find somebody to work with the deputy, so the finance minister should play that role. It does not mean that the deputy finance minister does not know what he's doing. That is the reason why we have a vice president and a president. When the president is not around, he knows for sure that the vice president can take his job. Now, the issue here is that when you make it look like the deputy finance minister who is still there, the deputy finance minister who has background in security, maybe you have not checked Broja Jemfi's resume. I want you to spend a minute and go back and check the resume of Broja Jemfi. And then you understand why President John Dramani Mahama decided to make him deputize Omane Boama. For the finance minister playing an oversight responsibility or role as the defense minister does not take anything away from the work they are doing. In the first place, what is so daring and so crazy confronting Ghana that if now we have a defense minister working with the finance minister to make sure, say, the defense ministry is running now, you are making it look like, say, the president has made the biggest mistake. They are mistaken the president now. Because if tonight, say, bomb at one of our borders, the defense minister, if even we have a substantive defense minister, he's not going to get in a helicopter and go to where the bomb exploded. It is still going to be intelligence gathering. It is going to be a report that has to be in Accra for him to deal with. So you cannot just run down people who have worked hard to get to a position. When you were speaking on the show, you made it look like, say, Atofo Serenkwane, a defense minister. No. There is a deputy defense minister who worked with Omane Boama before Omane Boama lost his life. Now, at this point, the president believes, Senka president ninji Broja Jemfi India and Kobeka Broja Jemfi say go home. I need to get a new deputy defense minister and a defense minister. But the president knew the experience of Broja Jemfi and he knew what he brings to the table. He said, I am going to appoint Ato Forson to have an oversight responsibility. Meaning, if you go to the defense ministry, technically Ato Forson is just being briefed because the president has confidence in the deputy finance minister. So it is the deputy who is there. Don't make it look like, say, Ato Forson sorry anopa na finance ministry okoswa koko. And that sorry anopa in front of him 100,000 papers the good anima. He cannot have some time to be briefed by the deputy finance minister on the status of our security in Ghana. No. You don't necessarily need the interior minister to be the defense minister acting. Muntaka does not have any experience when it comes to defense. And it's a fact. So if Muntaka is the interior minister, it does not qualify Muntaka to be the defense minister. So if from your experience and from your background, you sit on radio and make it look like, say, Ato Forson, and interim defense minister, it is wrong. Mr. President, the president knows what he's doing. Let us not run people down. Let us not make it look like, say, there are people there who are not working with Ato Forson. With all due respect, after the demise of Eye Omane Boama, a dear threat as a nation, our defense could not handle. A dear threat and so far, we have seen the work the deputy and the Ato Forson, who is in charge as an interim, doing right now in Ghana. The president is the commander-in-chief of the Ghana Armed Forces. He has his own reasons for saying, say, he wants to keep the deputy and make the finance minister oversee the defense ministry. What is the big deal? Technology, defense has changed. And yet now, we need boots on the ground, whereby everybody has to be holding a gun and be on a border. Today, people are using drones to monitor their borders. People are using intelligence. You don't need to be at the forefront or the war front to make decisions to protect your borders. You can sit in Accra and make decisions to protect all your borders. So you need to speak as an expert. Let us stop doing all these things. The president has done nothing wrong. The president has done nothing wrong. In the first place, you are the same people who were saying that the ministers, the government has been using to work is too much. Today, we have a government that we are able to use less ministers to run the economy. What do you need? And there's no loophole in our defense, in our security, in our borders. So you might not agree with me on this. The president never said he was not going to appoint a defense minister. The president said he needed time to appoint a defense minister, meaning that position is not a walk in the park. It's not just to go and sleep and get up and say, Asimesi, go and be a defense minister. Somebody can be an interim defense minister and can shut your nation down. Somebody can be an interim defense minister for 1 week and your governance, your government will be taken away from you. Do not underestimate this. You have read too much when it comes to defense. You have read too much. It is not about having an individual sitting there as a defense minister. That shows to say your country's defenses are solid. It is about the person coming, the commitment to the job and to the man who appointed him. So it is not just about an individual coming to sit there and calling himself a defense minister. The president can elect anybody as a defense minister. But at the end of the day, the consequences, at the end of the day, can you bear it? So at least let us respect the decision of the president. Let us respect the decision of the president. And I know you are not rude to the president, but from your background, baby Aufriba, and your submission, I believe, you have not been fair to the deputy defense minister. You have not been fair to Broja Jemfi. Tomorrow, you same people should come and read Broja Jemfi's resume and tell Ghanaians he even qualifies to be a defense minister. So you people should stop this. Mumi Njai, sir, you don't want to recognize the man. You don't want to recognize the work he's doing. You don't want to recognize some people. We cannot use names and faces to be like, by force, somebody should be there. Ato Forson has not complained. Ato Forson has not complained. We have had people who have taken roles that they never had an idea about, and they have worked and done the work exceptionally. So please, when these things come and we are discussing, we first have to ask ourselves, who are in charge now? Oh, who and who are now in charge? Oh, Broja Jemfi. He was the deputy to Almane Boama. What's his background? Okay, Atoforsin is overseeing it. The president is taking his time. Is Broja Jemfi in depth? Does he know about this? Yes. So what's the big deal here? Now, I want to react to something. Jandam killing. It's exactly 10:13 p.m. in the United States, in Ghana. Yejinem. Asamba mumienya butre. Asamuba mumienya butre. The same thing about after this issue that happened in Venezuela, and our Foreign Affairs Ministry released a statement. Quickly, you people say anything. Quickly. Mokasa by heart, with all due respect. Anyamonkwana munim international relations. Anyamonkwana munim defense. This is the modern world we are in now. A young man of about 18 years, and the America, their intelligence, Enquara 17, 18, 19, 20 are in charge of American defense systems. Munja is adiano. Anyamonkwana munim intelligence ni defense. Intelligence, I guess I'm from Rizzo Metua, Nina talk, and you're meeting, meeting. It is not about age. It is not about, you are quick to respond to things quickly. Mopese, it is a munkwana munim intelligence, international relations. Our Foreign Affairs Ministry, you think they are stupid to just release a statement? Do you think Ablakwa is just foolish to just release a statement on this Venezuela issue? Munim bibias munim she. Mostati human DND, international DND, you want about support the Bia Mudia Befie, and a Muhuna, and your koi Iraq, and your koi Togo, and your koi. There are people who are handling issues, but they don't even call themselves they don't call themselves experts. I am Umbra Mwase Kakra. I am Umbra Mwase. Take the letter and read the letter well. Take the statement that the Foreign Affairs Ministry published and read it well. And yet the BNB Mokasa Muyen Penifo. Some of you cannot even operate a computer. You cannot operate even an iPhone. You cannot even operate the new modern technology we have. And some person can technology a defense where we are seeing now. Defense goes beyond a border. Barrier to security goes beyond border barrier to so. J.A. Kufuor as defense minister. Go and check the background of J.A. Kufuor's brother. Did he have any defense background? It's about the trust. Let's not talk as if we say Yenibibia or Ghana. Do you want me to read Broja Jemfi's resume? Go and check yourself. Munjai Sakasano, and you just hear anybody talk anyhow. And a Blackwell releases statement to be any antiasia and opreno and enquasia kekana yamude. Mukasa anyhow. When you take a document, read the document and then process the document before you speak. Team, let's move forward. Ochna. And I'm a team Emmanuel Amakofibua, thank you very much, team, is currently serving as the acting minister for environment, science and technology, replacing the late Ibrahim Mutala. Amakofibua is handling two ministries. A dear ministry in our Ghana and the pressure war watching lands ministry. But Amakofibua is managing the two ministries. J.A. Kufuor the Ninuya the defense minister. Mumusa J.A. Kufuor Nuyane say, nani experience wing. Give the president time. He knows what he's doing. He has experience than all of you people. He is not foolish. He is taking his time and he knows what he's doing. The people who are in charge now are capable of taking care of issues. Mo predodo. Mo kasa too much. Nitu we on na work kan kwasi asemi monko ede papa benu ni mo be deputy defense minister. We sit in this country and enkwasi akeka ede ensem no and I'm sorry and nipa we mudidin na wo betena ho na wo ka deputy oka defense asem no na deputy no oni ho. Shut up. Now, I mean, try with the crime free system name. Kojo upon Kroma, Gold Board. And the Kojo upon Kroma, try to obey defending. And I want to say this before we move on. From this time, Ekono, the agenda of the NPP is to create impressions, to force narratives. And to the Omobe Yinane say, right now, no more how say Omode tag biako tu obiso. More how about some the tag biako tu obiso. They want to force a narrative. Say Omu Omo primaries now. That is what they are going to run with. Now, so what's Tadia? From the beginning of John Mahama's administration and as the governance, guy na say odi binina na funa say odi binina. Your friend saying in team Fojo, he started some jandam mukai. Akwana say odi koto binino. Na akwana also sofu mokuno. Or starti ye cocaine. And odi bedru. Your friend say ombra no me pruvi. Say in fact in some na all canon evidence or sofu mokwa odi bini na funa to tono. He could not come out to tell Ghana for say, as some Americano, because they wanted to create an impression. They wanted to put a narrative out there. Ghana for Jiminti, we will just fall for it. The same way John Mahama, president from 2012 to 2016. Yuzu some hungry people to say, oh, Mahama Okoto down Dubai, Mahama Okoto Hotel, Mahama say no. They want to start the same thing because there's nothing they can say Ghana for Ebeji Omodi. And no NADD ma babedru eye Kojo Opon Kroma etikesie sexy dondon. Kojo Opon Kroma started an agenda. And the agenda no and the way they started the agenda no about Gold Board no. Mekachira must say their biggest problem as a political party is Gold Board. Because they know say sa Gold Board way ejuma omo ye ni sika omo de support to aban we no. Say omo kosuma Gold Board ni ye na juma. Na omanfa edimboni bi anto sami jemfiso and create impression be say obi disika the NPP will be nullified forever and ever. They know a meeting omaye. They know for a fact. Since Ghana ye chechire Ghana be sin there ye nya any institution be a aban institution etumi make it 10 billion in a year from Kwame Nkrumah preso ebedru nde ye nya bi da. This is the first time aban bia ba abeti a board and a agency a parliament in a ya etime generated $10 billion. So they are asking themselves in just NDC for we omne sami jemfia ko to Gold Board no say Gold Board to me generated 10 billion every year. How are we going to get power again? Because one, if Gold Board is even or Gold Board decides to even not make enough revenue again, not make it 10 billion a year, it means to say fuel prices are going to go down. It means to say you will have at least some money to finish all road works. It means to say at the end of the day, the government will not go outside and be borrowing uselessly. It means to say Ghana, a car, a diet, so you bet me to be. So they are seeing say the antidote to Ghana problem and what John Mahama and the NDC create, which is the Gold Board. And right now, no, the idea ni say young create bibi fan to Gold Board so. Mokai said time and John Mahama what power. Na engineers and planners, Ibrahim Mahama company, all the works on the ground, did all the visibility job, did everything. Na omopese omo mining bauxite to Ghana, etun wo Ghana, efa Ghana for ejuma. The NPP etna opposition catch the Ghana for say John Mahama ni niya Ibrahim Mahama omo tam Ghana bauxite de akobole bamboy. Mokai. That was our opportunity to mine our own bauxite and keep their money in Ghana, employ Ghanaians. And so Sankwas way, these inner monkeys created a narrative. They created an impression. And on the terrorists say, hey, because John Mahama and Ibrahim Mahama, we all know within Africa, say all the expertise to mining gold and mining bauxite, there is a big difference. The amount of money you put in mining bauxite, mining gold, So person mining gold unya about 10 times the money other mining bauxite. Gold and other mining bauxite. Right? It is not easy to mine bauxite. If you get a company that is a Ghanaian company that has the expertise around the world around in Africa to say I am even Ghanaian and I want to mine a Ghanaian ore, we were all supposed to support it. What happened? We sat in this country. The NPP put a narrative on it. John Mahama, engineer and planners, John Mahama betio bauxite, and you falling for the lies. And you said, "Yan penny bauxite in year 2 and I say year 2 year." And I'm $2 billion. Every Chinese for her. Many can say bauxite in Wayne. But if Ibrahim Mahama and the NDC are buying time or also a power, power, and they can start mining bauxite now, do you know the amount of money we would have generated from that bauxite and the number of Ghanaians are the Ghana School of Mines and they are for more Ghana hundreds. But this same MPP put a narrative on it. John Mahama, but we've refused to look at what the engineers and planners company was bringing on board, the expertise they have, what they are doing, what they can actually achieve, and what we as a nation we were going to get from it. Yeah, my NPP4 and the engineer falling for this narrative. Now they have started the same thing with Gold Board, and you have not seen anything yet. This is the beginning of the lies or the narrative they are putting together, and they are using this same NPP, the MPs, NPP surrogates, the liars. They are using them. That is why suddenly, Kojo Ponkroma or starte Gold Board issue, no, and the language nasa. Today, this sexy guy, I friend Kojo Ponkroma on the pono and audition a tight, no. He decided to go on a soul mission. And you see, the first time I met Kojo Ponkroma, na one Kenoforiata and a bar America, na a World Bank IMF conference no mobano. They contracted my company to cover the event They paid me over $10,000 for 3 days. That was my company. Abrofo and I'm employee in America. They shot the whole event. That was the first time I met Kojo Ponkroma. Kojo Ponkroma one Kenoforiata enantiache. At a point, Kenoforiata promised Kojo Ponkroma say obey the deputy finance minister. That was the time na omo pese omo pamu kweku kwatin. I'm giving you the information. When they even came to the World Bank event, the deputy finance minister who was Kweku Kwating, or the deputy too, he was not even added to the entourage that came to the World Bank event. It was Kojo Ponkroma who deputized Kenoforiata. I was in the meetings with them. I sat with them. Throughout all the meetings, I was there. So I know what I'm talking to you about. Kojo Ponkroma was promised deputy finance minister. And when a deputy finance minister never told her, young farmer, at a point, he quelled in. You saw, say, he wasn't speaking for the government. He was disappointed and deceived by Kenoforiata. So he was going to be the deputy finance minister. Do you know that Kojo Ponkroma used to run a small bank? The banking closure, and Kojo Ponkroma was part of the idea. Even that bank that he used to run as a savings and loans, that bank defaulted. No more their banker. Now, this is what happened. Kojo Ponkroma learned very well from Kenoforiata. And what he learned was that when you want to commit a crime, do not allow opposing views. In politics, when you want to commit a crime, when you want to use words to deceive the masses, never allow opposing views. It is also Kenoforiata's style of leadership. It's like an autocratic kind of leadership whereby he controls the narrative. It was a Kojo Ponkroma static Gold Board in Semono. He has never engaged any opposing views. He has never sat on any panel to share opinions and ideas on the allegations that he created. Also, Onyebi, it is the Kenoforiata strategy. Iti obeka sansem de to hona obeya press conference no enu dwane ye enu kohwe pono. What he does is or the atroni betum from him. Then he stays back. Now friend say ombra Now, answer questions, detailed questions, or say, I have my facts. So what he does is say, or the astrology system no more, no Johnny. Now, Obia bekan wasem wia, no akofan krata bia betina say, wo journalist, Medin can't send no questions, no. So he picks his platforms he wants to speak on. It will be Obi, I want us to speak on my press conference. I know people are asking questions. These are the Q&As. This is what I want us to talk about. Inti Kojo Ponkruma or settle on one questions. No, I be answer. Inti from the day he did that press conference, our Ghanaians were saying, the person who alleged, nobody saw him on news file. When the person who is in charge of Gold Board, Sami Jemfi Betena Kunyum said, "Wo bra, na in seven bekano, betchechem na min chechem no Kojo Ponkruma never came." But interestingly, and the Kojo Ponkruma is all over the place and granting interviews, and he is the Lone Ranger. He is the only person sitting on TV and putting together his own document, asking his own questions and setting his questions and answering them. That is how diabolic. So Kojo Ponkruma really learned from Kenofuriata. Into study, when Kenofuriata was the finance minister, he never sat on any platform with anybody with opposing views except Onunkwa. So when he goes to City, it is just him. When he goes to Joy, it is just him. And that is the blueprinter Kojo Ponkruma is adapting. And it's a very diabolic, dangerous kind of politics. Because what it happens, and they say, Sani Panabe to me abeto atro atuni pebiso. Wabeguni pedibi mienimase. Now I channel him. Yakaso me in one oma. Say ufri wape no aba no asabe twa atro. And that is the consistency we have now seen in Kojo Ponkruma's kind of politics. For some time now, what he does is okan troto obiso now akotete nipa no eba se ombrambe yanwa or se omma nipa no kwa no picking the radio station and TV stations now wasabe change narrative no inti Kenofuriata. That is how Kenofuriata was able to go through the mill without us being able to stop him, because at this point, who is opposing his views? Nobody. Who is telling him you are lying? Nobody. Majority of the people he's sitting in front as journalists talking to them, no, they have limited time to scrutinize him. When Kojo Ponkruma ever Peace FM, UTV, most of the people sitting there, no, they are like you and myself. They don't have in-depth knowledge about what he has brought. It is the people who are in charge of the day-to-day running of Bank of Ghana and Gold Board who are the ones who are supposed to give us the in-depth analysis and knowledge and answers to what he alleged. But Kojo Ponkruma, instead of him to do that, Kojo Ponkruma says, no, I am not going to meet the person who is Sami Jemfi for Sami Jemfi to also question me. So I will sit back. After Sami Jemfi goes, I'll come and lie. And that is what Kojo Ponkruma did the whole day. But Nyamia on Pebone, on say, a liar is always a liar, and a liar who has a big head is like a lion. And you see, and the oya debi, and I didn't know you could see point, I've Ghana for sure and almost straight. Today, he admitted, say, you know something? Our press conference, they never stated anywhere, say, Gold Board, Aboka 214. What he is doing now is that he is trying to stay between two institutions. Intimikai se ende omo frɛ the Greek minister. And our Greek minister Busan emphatically say, Kojo Ponkruma, you did a press conference. Who can a press conference him say Gold Board and Aboka $214 million. Do you still stand by it? The Greek minister Busan no Kojo Ponkruma on TV can say on it he did not say that, but he is now saying there is a connivance between Bank of Ghana and Gold Board. The reason why Sami Jemfi popped up on TV to defend and make it clear, say, Kojo Ponkruma say, oh, and that there, and yet Gold Board the boka. Now there is a collaboration between Gold Board and Bank of Ghana. It's in the press conference or and there are no certain TV so can say Gold Board Mboka 214 million. Let's listen to Kojo Ponkruma and hear the press conference now. Have here no.
Boka $214 million. Ewo gold enyumaku ahodo Bank of Ghana ni Gold Board. Omo eto edibia boy reserves and omo to aton. Na gold yeto boka. Ya boka $214 million. Ye cry odo mkuma mu no de. Samuba Kaya brought the gold board and ran about March. Any started board for consent, she share no mashisheno. If it is a gold board, a limited liability company. It's only a code a check when a corporation and fasuens your money so. Enti a carbon de send no mashisho money mano. Ye baby a baby a match. See fire some pankodo. As at September, Maboka 214 million. Ye cost so yes, the same mini no bejina. Yes, the same. I feel in corner yeno. Near Boka $300 million. Sa $300 million. No mini no teacher for a more school a mutifia. Near see a bema automatic posting a emba no. Sa musika no. Ebi ena ene yede abosa aka na wo say yehwe taxpayer sika di kokotua nurse fo a mowi a muhia djuma ye ma mo financial clearance sa sika ne nkede be ma mo financial clearance na eno ne yede aboka 214 million na eko 300 million contractor fo a ye nti o moka ukurom kwan aka ye nwie ye no sika nke betumi de aye ho adwuma no eno na nhihye ebone aban we say wa be ye nti no ya boka be 300 million. Now she said, "Bonnie no my and been say first no abra MPP yede gold for reserves program by na Bank of Ghana Tony Gold no the aboye reserves na ye moka ene aban ne buy no we ye adwuma kuo ba ko pe e friend block no de ni na ahye ne nsa so no ntom fa ma gold board na gold board so mba beton ma Ghana na mfimfin no nkofo odidi e na Ghana ye den ye boka $214 million e ko $300 million eno ti dom kuma na ye wo parliament no say na yes here. Yeah,
so from one explanation at the press conference, no gold board and Ajisikano and a Yaboka. Bank of Ghana disikana ma gold board and a gold board na also to gold na gold board na Aboka from your own press conference. And this is a gentleman. First, I know T radios nanko fo bunipa. First, na man for say we dia onim nyansa. We dia odi no kre. You see, or making statement we nyina wie no. He forgot himself say what can emphatically won eye the press conference mu say. Eye gold board no from September. Ebesi and the gold board aboka 300 million. That was his own statement. Or see, from September, akopim the end of the year, no, now gold board aboka $300 million. So far, aboka $140 million. Ekanya kodu point we can say, a Bank of Ghana, and a tam edian sika edema gold board. Now, when they did sika to gold, no, and a gold board. So technically, all his statement was based on gold board at their inception. He started by saying it was a limited whatever and became a corporation, and that gold board is not in for profit. So all his press conference was based on gold board taking money from Bank of Ghana and making losses. As simple as that. And they'll go to UTV in the Ebusan Kojo Ponkruma. Now the CEO of Gold Board about today, he has come out, he has spoken to the facts, he has brought his evidence. Do you still stick to that statement to say Sami Jemfini Gold Board Aboka Ewo Ghana $214 million? This is Kojo Ponkruma.
Costs. Abba. Now, anyone the any day, then greater public good.
And the same argument here, but Kojo can't say many ages. What can say many ages? What's it? Momo press conference, no?
Yeah.
One kind of baby affair. Sami Jemfini Gold Board na Aboka.
In fact, if I open to me share video ni na, me na me address a press conference.
But just what's it one cancer me boy?
Issues 4 ni raise here, my list issues ni na.
No, me just say, but no say. One kind of baby affair. Gold Board and Aboka.
Me say you can see so dia say Aboka 214 million to 300 million. Based on the interaction between Bank of Ghana and the Gold Board, and I acquire the company and no be anti leader. I friend Bar Rock Ebekam. As someone it is among us. I said to him, question normally no. You somebody no clear there.
Gold Board Aboka. I'm out for the country. I agree with you. And you have any problem?
Yeah, can't press conference. No, my sense is studio. I said you.
If I try the same argument here, but Kojo can't say many ages. What can say many ages? What's it? Momo press conference, no?
Yeah.
One kind of baby affair. Sami Jemfini Gold Board na Aboka.
In fact, if I open to me share video ni na, me na me address a press conference.
But just what's it one cancer me boy?
Issues 4 ni raise here, my list issues ni na.
No, me just say, but you say, one kind of baby affair. Gold Board and Aboka.
Me say you can see so dia say Aboka 214 million to 300 million.
based on the interaction between Bank of Ghana and the Gold Board. And I cry the company and no be anti-nida. I friend Boa Rock ebe kan. Asemo e kan. It is a one kasa set to question normally no mu. You see somebody no clear there. Baby I did one is Gold Board aboka. I'm on for na kan keke. I agree with you. Any problem there. Yeah, can press conference no ma say si studio I say you. E ba cho no.
I ko am say e ba jibre na Yababa Kopoku, where the say
overseas, and this one is a totally different program.
Oh, say, you see the kind of people they are. I say, you didn't bet in our TV show, and say, Eric Kopoku said, I sent a kind of press conference, no. Would you not see Gold Board a boka? Would you not say, Sassam no, or see, yeah, press conference, and Tiasemi or catch no catch the PZ for, or say, the interaction between Bank of Ghana and Gold Board was no okay. Now, why is this when you came out to speak on the matter, you did not actually dwell on Bank of Ghana? Because if anything, Bank of Ghana gave the money to Gold Board. But you started talking about the inception of Gold Board being converted from a limited to a corporation and also an aggregator, which does not, at the end of the day, fall in any of the conversation. But also right now, he wants to stand between Bank of Ghana and Gold Board and trying to say, oh, me mensato mumi enu kom into the dynamic kano na yo mumi enu. Kojo opon kroma is a liar. And so on say omo communicators no any omo ba omi anko for nyina no the attack was on Sami Jemfi abo ye kasei Gold Board abo ye kasei and so etikasi angase betena ase no bosompra ebetena ase no or CO he was talking about the interaction between okwasi ampenya ote swami awudi matem. Do you understand that language he used? The interactions between Gold Board and Bank of Ghana. When somebody says the interaction, is interaction illegal? Interaction can mean anything. It could be meetings. It could be agreements. It could be exchange of ideas. Interaction could be in anything. So you cannot base off interaction between Bank of Ghana and Gold Board and make a conclusion that Sami Jemfi and the Gold Board aboka $240 million. Where Jimmy? Where did you learn your English and your grammar? Interaction could mean anything. It could be exchange of money. It could be exchange of ideas. It could be exchange of policies. It could be exchange of anything. When people interact, it does not automatically become illegal. It won't mean because based on the interaction between Gold Board and Bank of Ghana, there is a loss. No. But in your own presser, you dwelled more on Gold Board taking money from Bank of Ghana or Bank of Ghana giving money to Gold Board and Gold Board misusing the money. You were supposed to be specific. You want to open a probe. You are opening a probe into Bank of Ghana or you are opening a probe into Gold Board. You are confused as shit. And these are the people, we are calling them honorables. These are ignorant people. They ride on Jandam. The young people know, Ome Diaboniache. Na meka Ibrahim Mahama. Time na NDC wapa, Mokai, Murefi. Time Ibrahim Mahama, everything. All the works on the ground. Spent money to dig a bauxite in Ghana as an indigenous Ghanaian company. NPP4 when it started Jandam. They put a narrative on it. This is the time ana NDC were power. Ana Ibrahim Mahama. The engineers and planners wanted to mine bauxite in Ghana.
BSFM 104.3. Good to meet you.
Yabaye. Sanka your bauxite industry. Sanka yenya Mahama. Nini sanka omo kofa. Anawa. Edemano virtually the company ne edemano. But ye to me jina enoso. Akope $2 billion. Ediaba through Sino-Hydro project. I know ya de be ya kwan. Nkanipa ba akoni na ebusu omo ko fa di free o. Get free ya dia Ghana for ebenya ho faso bia. E omo faso e no mbenya. But because of anuntino, ye benya interchange watermale for the first time in our history. Ye benya interchange Takrade for the first time in our history. A lot of bridges here, be. Nkanipa ba ako kofa sa de yo. Nipa ba ako enye new patriotic party na ba ya. Yako feda. Yati an authority. ebehwe box size so na Ghana fo nyina yenya wo faso na ngoye nipa ba akopɛ emfaso na nka ono de atojet verse mienu miensa na da ne ho edodo no kakra no wakɔ tra Dubai akɔgye nani ni Dubai na ɔkɔ no ɛno na yɛde bɛyɛ akwan yɛde ayɛ bridges yɛde ayɛ interchanges na menewo yɛ ho atɔyɛ ɛno ho mfaso ɛna yɛ nyinaa no yɛnya no.
These are the kind of people we were dealing with. Mumuza say interchanges no way $2 billion no interchanges no way akwan no way bridges no way omo de atro 82 billion nyina ko winsani we kotena Peace FM after ye di to me ma omo kwasi ampan we sa person be general secretary o apetitioni we an ho kankan we kromfo jimi we ne ho fin wanoma petition to me that say jimi we. And these fools, and this is what they do, this is what they are good at. Where any of my expertise. Mumuza Jimmy we say, acquire no way, interchanges in a way, takradi interchanges in a way, bridges in a way. Where is the $2 billion in Kwasiafuasifo? And we sat and watched these fools who have been incorporated into a political party, exhibiting the highest form of Nikompuism and monkeyism. And we still sit here and we are allowing them to create the narrative again. This is NPP narrative 101. And then Kojo Ponkroma starting. He's a liar. The money has jumped from 240 million. Now he's saying 300 million. These are people we cannot allow close to power again. They are disease of human beings. These are crazy people. These are people we cannot trust. And we need to understand. Say a man go forward too much chance. These munafikis, these political bandits, these political jobbasters, this mockery of monkeyism attitude, characteristics of animal kingdom for way, they are just going to mess us up. I'm a bro for ba. Famomo kwasi afo. You are still listening to, with all due respect, extended version. My name is Kevin Akobedu Taylor. We are still live on TV, Loud Silence TV. We are live on Facebook, with all due respect page, Loud Silence TV page. We are streaming live on YouTube, Loud Silence TV. We are live on radio. If you have an Android device, go to the Google Play Store and download Loud Silence Radio. You can listen to this show live. Also, if you have an Apple device, iOS, go to the App Store and download Loud Silence Radio. We're also streaming live on TikTok. All platforms are blazing tonight. Akaka Krebi na Sebio ya 3 hours, 20 more minutes to go into stories. I was so now. Baby, there's one jandam I want to kill, and it's got to do with this woman. Your friend, Patricia Appiah. Mami we aberwa poso. Mami o ayaberwa poso a our parliament o di MPP for any more parliament. Mami aberwa kra. Ni seat na oteso Asante Memu no. because we are santini onfa bibia mbafie enso sebio bi nuanum asantifo ni bi mpentu mpuntu nti maame we atena akonwa no so de ahwe ne mma ne nananom enye sika se bem ema Jonso abo mo te se de Jonso abo akokọ e won constituency na maame panyini we ya sebio enche obetra nananom onsie do akosiesie nsamampo ma ye ne nkora so sebi yewu a yato mo akonya bebi patena no oda ho di atro ende bia metena na mekasa embrewa a omudi duku ahyehyɛ mo nufu ase ene atro ene azan omudi ewo politics mu a omse me mu ade baby awadui wa body ti ede eye achichidi echi ntoma wa bobo ahye nufu ase akotena ahye eye ahye full draws ahye trousers akotena ni constituency edi atro ede na abrewa poso we eye ewo the constituency ede atro no akodi mom yenhwe na yente abrewa we ne draw soto. Honorable Patricia Appiagyei, Deputy Minority Leader in Parliament, engaging in a friendly chit-chat with her constituents. Inti offering crying. Ena offer plane eko Kumasi. Ofri baby a poor, baby a habo, baby a plane papa esi. Ena ofu plane bi de ko Kumasi. Na adwini mu no, omo mo Kumasi e won the constituency no. Sebi o ma adwini wo fom, omo nkenkan, omo nim de ekoso. Na okodru Kumasi ne constituency no. Okokan sembi kire omo ne constituency wo efa oral ho. Mami we na deputy minority leader of parliament. Sebio endem ni gina wa MPP ni bi o se otwin bia because mami we de wa benche ho. Mami we de onimumra chen. Mami we de honorable. Mami we de onimnyansa on dia tro. Mami we ko ne constituency. Ena na oni omudi nkomo. Mami we oyabrewa poso. Patricia Appiagyei oyabrewa poso kra. Now, mummy anko tie asema na oka kire ne constituency no efa oral ho. Na woni bibi MPP for emu nkora enkokora emrewa omo ya beifo. Omo pesa santiman be tumpon. Omo mu asantefo. Omo mu asantefo dodo no se omo adwene wo form sebi omo gimi. And every single time no omo nya opportunity what they do is they lie to them. They make them believe say sebio omadwene wo fom ti de ombeke bi oso mugidi enti okọ ne constituency no okogada omo tewo no ena omubusa no yesi ade wo firi nkran ba de na ekoso wo nkran ye na etie kurase nkran de poda ho aha puni ha apatra nkwan ena ye nom efirisa ha de untumi nya salmon ene enampa edapum we de gatemu nam apatre ene edien antrohwiase ene yawi enti una wo firi nkran ba enti boy nkran de ekoso ubofu na apoda ukrom aponda ukrom yaka salmon yanchibi won asantime yache salmon asantime mu rewri yanchibi wa asantime mu apofe yanchibi wa asantime mu aya enam is a swordfish yanchibi wa asantime mu enam papa ya wi a ye fe ne shark yanchibi wa asantime mu enama eda aya insuoma omo hyen ya omo kono maba herrings papai yanchibi ewo eye de asantimemu enti ne bone ne sen uba asantimemu a lake bosomtwe aya patre gatemu nam enketenkete patra apatre na owe na me so ofiri nkran aba na ofiri krom bebi a ye nam yetu nam Kennedy de ne nam firi abrochire ba abrochi nkukoi edi nkan sinkran ansa na bakumase ubu ofu sen fact na mistake no wadwa ojimi ko no awudwa kwan tie me enti de anima ne say de tilapia ya ne abo box ne de nsuo gum no mu dem tetra tilapia se de ukọ Egypt a omu de feedi de nkokọ because tilapia nya nam bia ya riye kese an de bia acid kakra o nto wiase wabodam enti tilapia de afu enti adwene ne tilapia bebre ba nyam papa nyina afri nkran na wo de mo miambra asem no so Patricia Appiagyei ba eye asantimemu ena oche ne constituency no omomote ne constituency omotoma no ohun so sebio omadwene wo fom obekankran asama kiremo bo abro poso ye dia ha na ewo wo dia nkran na wo da bia hu TV so mo de abro gire na mo de mo fine say I so mo nkran omo ben po omutumi ko swim omutumi nya breeze anadwo so omkola body beach omutumi tina ho na omodwene nti enim se ende nkranfo na ba ofri nkran anam se ne bo nkran abra boy de ekoso won nkran na ye de ha na egugu omugugu mase ene ye to nkwase aba nti wo de boy so mumien ko tie asema na oka afa eye owura ho na senia wadane no kore aye na atro edi to nipa bitrim abra oye minority leader o maami we eye aberwa poso we your friend Patricia Apieje onim the role of oral onim oral ejuma baby a ekosi the oral betumi aye onim se oral entumi fo bia nkogina court maami we onim aberwa we onim se oral omni power to arrest sa aberwa poso we onim se oral omujuma die ene se omubagege eye de information efiri nkofo oh minim sa Patricia Apieje we wie Ghana sika koto dan e hon krata de monje na mo fanko ba atene general so betumi de hudwuma oral dwuma omudi no omugegege eye de nkofo ano sam ene eye de adanse ni nyina so no makeka bom no na koma atene general se de ye nsa akani hwehwem se nukura bi o ma nipa no fa no ko gina court nti oral adwuma no omo nchi nipa omo prosecute omo nya ban a sebio aban ti omuka omo nya judges Patricia Apieje nim oral fo adwuma no enso koduru eye ne mantem bebi a yawia patre de tufuo so no hwese ne okokire asenu mu kire omo every say obema omati ase se chema wontumi abokro no oral na ache no MPP fo mu wi asika nyina no mamum blemu obia mum blemu oral every say ochina ye chechema wontumi awoso ye ba be chew maami penyini aberwa poso maami penyini awoto afu dwene tumi wo de yeden atro wo de yeden ontumi nka no kore mumien kotie aberwa poso we mumien dwedwemu ha Patricia aberwa bra na memfa won kire ewiase amansan nyina hu watro
First Attorney General, you were court, also Mati Ora, the constitutional basis, and they say. And can the over one is only a bit baby near Kofano. Baby, I didn't ever found now much. Now, a year, Ubefi say, be a win to many action. And they went to me, the Wayedo, San and Crop worker, and so watching any other for me. And see, Emrano and Mahu myself, who bet is our ora. It do intimate. Who feels so be a bonia Fanaco. Fanacoma, Attorney General, no one yet. And the people should say Yoko, or you should move. If you should move now one who said, if I know from the attack, the court. I prescribe. And since when I Yoko, when I catches a coffee with Razana, and to see I am from Rano and to baby. Yeah, from due process, 9 years and I was a yeah. Yeah, Papa said, Sakasaka. What is it? Obia near Befano, Obia near Befano, you do fear and panic. And also the emperor. What I say? Because who and a wire of propaganda. And I wouldn't say, hey, Abani, a fool, I say, and a Nipan Swato. I say, Whoopa, Quenya, would the best justify at the end into who crack of fast system and the fear and panic ever Baba tears. So, yeah, yes, I did that. Because there was a gun of 4 who said, with the akush, some and draw and other bears. Oh, Gary will be. yankasa ye bufuo ana mi kai asam fufuru wasa asam yo nwanwa ubege na ntimi kasa o jase e be bata na ku fa na sa de ni si o jase o si 11 ya je peswa nsembo angapre ena usu wa yefri ho na eno na mama bra ba ye din na hinfa na ye no 11 ya yefri ho usu wa yefri we are na dia another 11 about your friend energy levy uto petrol 1 gallon utu have 4 cedis I was so ena acha ma o de na ukoto ombo 20 cedis o chira be koda 40 Nina because one no funny manaba kano adobo eduane ebo ayedin because kano adobo see oh near man no say the esi sana dia na da itu obe yiwe no the way so abeto enne ye near man ni pi ye say covid level ye year free so ye omutwa covid level mu ye hu say ye year free near man that so enti ye ka ho asa afa no matwero wo ya show phone so say we ye bibia e be kire say oh covid level ye yi so ye say we sika na ma e wo tie wo de more 400 million no man na adete now the 50 million ebetu ye koka say was what 401 million and what they betu yan say obi abeka bi so I went aya butre na yenti niema bi ase oh ade power wa eti ase a edi ebekoye nim ba ya na ya bedandan ya dwene na nipa no ade pa no wo ho so ni ese ya na kwada kra school asem kwada feeding ese enkuko nuane ne yede ma wo eso ene ko school oba wa na ada headmaster some discard ma wa no akoto to badge no akoto akonche na wa ka se wa betwitwa ene no na wo ene na we sanity entisa ene entisa
so afi wati afi na wote Asante for politics no MPs no send your mubu omuso mo jimi after it is plain in your face because MPP for MPs omubu asante for so be yankwasiafo a otwa wo se media asante for atem what in some keka kajere omo asem we ontumi ngina nkranka no radio station ontumi ngina any community in Accra and speak like this osro oferimpo ontumi nkogina sekendi takrade ontumi nkogina any part of Ghana say the Volta region no akotena okeka nkwasi asem na omomoto say oh yampa na adan omo yandwen but they choose the location to do their jandam enti omo di nkwasi asem kodi no asantememu hwe ma me panyini a wote parliament oya minority leader wahwehwa wo more say beifobia oda Mozambique bola so at your age wakuta phone omo mugina o ton phone na ebetuma edwetira mo omo siase tuntum they are not willing, they are too attached to the party, and these people come from Accra and they fool them. Oral dabena oral chi obi Ghana yeti kroma na chema wuntumi ebi ekufuadu bi ekwaye say yenko tu egudie enkwasiafo asanteman asase bi anywhere da ho eye 100 acres a yemfa sankan sankwasiafo no mutiwe asas omutumi nkyerɛ asase bi da santemem a eye 100 acres eye virgin forest ebi ni asantemem and mami panyini a enche obewu hwade otina ho keka 11 no yenyin free wo oka 11 no osene yagege tekune stempoa si bi oka asem no 11 no mo de beso Ghana fo na omugi sika ni di koye party 11 party ebe ya ho yi no ose 11 na ye kapre ene sempoa na ye age mami panyini o kobusa na sesa ne manyina wen kohwe edan a odam na hwe susupon fo no di nechi no edan a musu dem MP no mu asantefo no dodo no se omo agimi san kwasi akasa we ontumi nkabi won kran osuro nkran ye krom otu wakasa no a 17-year-old kid will Google and say madam you are lying, you are very disrespectful. Enkrani akwara enkrani maame panjini ontumi metena okeka san kwasi ase we nkyere no ba won omo asantefo no bi say dodo ni nko school. Majority are the foolish masses. With all due respect, I have to say this. And the language they speak in Accra no, are different in what they speak in Kumasi. Yes. Into utie ni argument. Echna echema untimi o, ochna ebe ye wo. Chema untimi edie na oye ye cheche mu kire omwe. Charge ben ye dia bon wo court. Die na court se waye. Nanka oto nanka grada pace with him na eku ato atwene because mona mo say asanteman mona mo say asante no. These are the people omoma nipa because asantefo de bi yenkurasefo because you see omo fi enkran ba they don't tell them what they do in parliament they don't tell them the truth they come to lie to them and try and get just vote mami we opeso di MP akobizo bewu we doing the menopause level. Ya kasa good superna fifre tete no and so still was all the huginem dey na man to parliament na e sika e ya hunya send you obetuma hye ne more te say Mozambique beifo na what sika ne friend honorable and so koto moja kura fa bi mba fie kohwe ne na etinkran oyare pede na kwa brochi na kohwe ne ho yare. She is using her constituents to survive because the moment you betwe ne to akonwa na obewu. Into these people no they are her fuel. When these people take her out, she's going to die. And she has used them for years to survive. And can you constituents or Timo CIMP and Bible. And we keep telling you people, these are very dirty people. It does not matter age. MPP ni osa we Jimmy onyina obodam. Mesi pona ene esuruwisa eho wonfa so kyen MPP for pona ne suruwisa hwentia ne suruwisa eho wonfa so kyen edien eye MPP ni does not think. It does not matter so enyini o so we Jimmy onyina no obodam onti bibia se mesi hwentia ene esuruwisa eho wonfa so kyen MPP ni mesi ba omia no nam ho no oni Kennedy mesi eye den efom eye de ade afre no eye Mefi ene eye brisie ehon fa so chen Kennedy ni baomia. These are people who don't represent anything. They have no shame, they have no integrity. Under the NPP for 8 years, mami went to be the NPP for enim amba say yembie Sewia hospital na me abrewa me no menopause ba ye betumi de makoto mami went to anya sade no na otenkran waka nanim ete say Iraq beifo na all disika. When to men the MPP ni ma santimemu anka say eye den kumewu anase eye den eye afare yambie na santefo obi anyima ontumi nko wo ho na otenkran na odi makeup aye denim te say Cambodia sofoba ekeka nkwase asem won kran when to ma ni MPP na maye eye den hospital asantimemu ende wabo mesh aboro star hye de more say de eye ko to form e wa Uzbekistan abetena say enti ase ene kapre ena sempoa. These are the people that almost destroy Ikruwi. They have no intentions of helping the people. They are known for lying. These are dangerous, crazy people. These people, I don't respect them one bit. One. Tafre. They are capitalizing on the ignorance of the foolish masses to make or enrich themselves. That is what they do. Why MP for how long? Can you give me, Mr. S, get me this woman's profile. How long has she been an MP of that constituency? Kobusa constituency say almost anything they can mention in this woman's name. And these are the people they are worshiping and they are calling honorable. Yari etiane to. See a two ni to adeswa 6 months will be wait. No yari a chain biblical incantations. No yari he is using them the constituency no and the bloodline. The day of losing elections, no watch our assessments because a no any Trump card. Honorable. She can get a diplomatic passport. She can go see her doctor. She can travel and go by house. That is her Trump card. Constituency if you try to take that visa from her, she will kill you. With all due respect, I'm not saying she's going to kill you, but literally, that is what she's going to do. Sanko for no good no home so much Jimmy. Offering Krainaba. How many years now, Mami, with the MP? With him, how many years with the MP? But answer, what is the significant thing why you're on the constituency? The beautiful lines on one constituency, they cannot mention one significant thing. Mami, we are. And so the money now are millionaires today. Asokwa. Yeah, this year, ya mama Patricia PJ, and old Jimmy almost said a to. Ya mama Patricia PJ, ya mama no asokwa de, and old Jimmy omo, and audio munyesika, dear her visas. The Trump card, no. Her survival depends on these ignorant fools. Because almost omo kwan so mo besua de. Omo kwan se omo do omo tribe beto nchen. Omo di sebio omo bidi omo Jimmy beto nchen ebusa nsem. Ese abana yeto no e den mo bedi Ghana so no. Na nko so mo busa se ye bedi mo bedi Ghana so no. Asanteman ma me de na wo ye maaye. Omo ntumi musa no. De omo yan se okwa na omo 100 Ghana. No mo num tumtum ma se nkokuo yate ase ye mpene ye nte ase o ye beto aba kwase ade se ya na ade achi na ade asane esie bi ne ye ne enyenyam na ye no nkwase ansa na ye boye hundua na ye dane ne ye sadowa nkwase asam saa na yesu aba enije efe na enije a e wo se aban eye manipa mu dodo no omu enya bi no mu de ewu. There are so many preventable deaths in the Ashanti region. John Kuma no ye MP wa Ashanti region yare born anajo ye nya hospital for nanko owu Asante memu onam kwanso no owu ye. And this foolishness. I know biti baby or say oh Kevin did pay na me nya akwara sa o. Me matra 18. Me yire frɛ me Kevin ne kunu ne me ma frɛ me dad. Me nya akwara sa o. Wait, me dinner tema, me say me dinner tem on any punch you. Me have crossed that stage, you better say, where the penina table. Me dada. It be dada tema, not dada be dima tema. It is dada to dada. It me a wafa. So me do offer be atano offer be dima tema. It is wafa to wafa. It don't underestimate me and say me di penina tema bodam. Oni me nyansa. Ready. This woman is rubbish. Way. Apo. Me say, hey, ti asemi akojo pon kroma kan. Kojo pon kroma say. Team, this is a profile. My body profile in Chama. When Chama there. Patricia PJ with Jimmy Santefua Sokwafo. How many years? My sure how long I was spending parliament. Or China mon friend Butan say, Abreway, at the end of why am I way? With Jimmy Omo, yama media, yanana te how, and audition ho yare. Or do dane ding. Akobam ene elephant ointment ena odichini ne nisisi or the constituency one than elephant ointment ene no desan ho yare mo ya ni profile ni onye oni suban ba akumpo politics. APJ was a deputy minister for Ashanti region from 2001 to 2005. No, or a deputy minister. With Jimmy Omwache fucking and was shortly appointed a deputy Ashanti regional minister in 2005. Obedi a whole regional minister. Mumusa say a dear partner obetumdia kanidi time obedi regional minister or not PJ. Obey a deputy regional minister of Ashanti region and then a regional minister. Mumusa say time obedi regional minister. A dear pair part obetu den say so. Enkwasi afowi. Omo de asokwa for omo nevisa ni omo. The insurance cover, asukwa and insurance cover, and yasukwa nkuwu yarefo. You see, from 2005 to 2009, she served as the municipal chief executive for Kumasi, not or Kumasi MCE. MCE from 2005 to 2009. Now here, she is currently a member of parliament for Asukwa constituency after beating former deputy local government minister Maxwell Kofi Juma to win the New Patriotic Party primary election and subsequently won the parliamentary seat during the 2016 Ghanaian elections. She won the 2020 general elections to represent her constituents in the 8th Parliament of the Fourth Republic of Ghana. Patricia Appiah is currently the most experienced female NPP MP. In 2017, she was appointed by Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo and approved by Parliament to serve as Deputy Minister for Environment, Science and Technology and Innovation. She is a board member for the Nuclear Power Ghana. Mumbusan say, with all this, Obetu didn't say Sibibisu Asantimemu. None. Zelch. We bloody fool way omtitiwo any yeso so oboso. Wait. God damn it. Mompe abrantie bi ana abayo bi a ne wusisi ne ho so a or understanding the modern day technology. Na on to me, Moja Ashanti Regional Minister no. Mumpe obi te saa ma ne medi manim ene yete wo na emrawa wei. Maame abrewa poso wei. Menopause dware no wei. Ede na waye deputy minister. Den Mr. Onfon Insansia de ba ko peso wasantime. Wokọ asoko a ye maame Patricia de beto ama no. Ebi aye se ntwe ono a onfa hwe ma. Muntumi nya abrante wa ne ho sisi ne ho so. Ema ne kokama asemo mamo. Emfa mpuntio mafie. Wei. Incapacitated which way? Incapacitated and de ba you drug addict in the cocaine come on. Incapacitated which way? Now, my mention my dear, because your punk chroma can be far a year. J. Ekufor or say J. Ekufor Muntie punk chroma.
It's the commodity. And now there. Mobet Matoni Bioma Ghana for Aton.
Unim J.H. Mensah.
Yes, Seno former
Joseph Henry Mensah. Ono ne John Ajekum Kufuor.
Yes.
A call contest 95 before the 96 election. Ena John Ajekum Kufuor ekodi ncho. Beye Seminstromeka, I think just around 39%. Unyabe 39% of valid votes cast. J.H. Mensah time ayebe call primaries. If my memory serves me right, 98 or so, J.H. Mensah argument na we say na banchi a yede akodwemu a yanto ye besan asan sabium de akọ na Kufuor na yede na akọ election a wan win no onye marketable party 40 ya no nka say ate but yen hwemu a etumi hu say ono no ye candidate be win na mpaniam party for edi John Ajekum Kufuor buy no obi onya 39% obi twa mu 50% plus 1 ebe one of the most successful presidents that Ghana has ever had.
But the circumstances
Mahmoud Bawumia ye can say me. If I just may land, Mahmoud Bawumia ye can say me. Ono Krampo he performed better than John Ajekum Kufuor at his first election.
Yes.
Kufuor first election only 39%. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia enya 41.7%. And so we hear all the difficulties are your womb in 2024. Now still, Otumi Mashale ye bedu 41.7. Yenye wa regime and himself party for do now a regime said that argument doesn't hold. Rather no say you keep faith with him na ye boa dia yina ye to sin yina ye improve na pia will be able to cross the 50% plus 1 vote required in the 2028 election.
In the Kufuor Bawumia analogy,
yeah,
the circumstances are a bit different in that in the case of Bawumia frontline NPP politics for 16 years and Sana Obabeye the flag bearer, a vice presidential candidate 2 times, Afemurini Obabeye vice president 2 terms. That's 16 years. Na part of flag bearer. Na elections ne cost the koye na. You can't compare that to Kufuor.
In fact, enukra na a battery me argument no. Use a 2 year to say ice block. Yet the 2 in some one started melting. Moi mon favorite poster, Musa Dankwa.
Yes.
Ne post be and say I'll say President Mahama from 7th of January 2025. ABC time or year poll no. I think in quarter 3 no. Nani approval ratings what? Mebwa. Emma, a analyst need to start a year about why an approval ratings no within these months no. Esote. Sana to me ne yemfem there's so much promise around you. Yeah, the show sa. Obo say a lot of people will now start having me pay we menya nti we mebuafu issue we nti rather candidate na onona than he was riding on promise. Abina na atnem MPP abina na atnem 8 years and that's why some talked about breaking the age not even being a good slogan no. Who they won't offending Kofu aspirations ye miti
akwa we okay there. He did not even answer the question. How could you okay or is stable there? The issue is simple. You cannot justify Bawumia's failures, Bawumia's abysmal performance after being in politics, frontline politics for 16 years, not just frontline politics, being a running mate for 8 years and being a vice president for 8 years. You cannot use Kufuor. You cannot use that analogy to justify Bawumia's abysmal performance. J.A. Kufuor power. Now MPP were parliamentarians saying. Kufuor came to inherit 0 parliamentarians, and at the end of the day, he move it to 66 parliamentarians. And I'm a Kufuor, that time no I running mate. He moved it from 0 to 66. Was Kufuor a running mate? Had he offended people? The issue here is you cannot say Kufuor in his first trial, Kufuor got 39%, and that Bawumia after 16 years in prime position, running mate for 8 years, vice president for 8 years, head of economic management team, everything was centered on you, and then you get 41. You want to use Kufuor to justify Bawumia's failure, Bawumia's incompetence, Bawumia's abysmal performance. Now, he was asked a simple question, said, you cannot do these two. You cannot put these two things because it's like comparing antelopes and apatre. Or see, winning BB. That buttress my point. Oh, say to me, it is a ice blog. Ebeka sa ne nane. And Mwamu Musa Dankwa say from the day Mahama winnie, nane approval rate. It does not make any sense. It does not connect to Asamna Yebusa on him. It is not about approval ratings. It is not about the day you enter parliament of office. It is about the candidature, the candidate, what the candidate carries, the weight. Now you have a candidate now or you're running mate for 8 years. Every single person in Ghana knew him because of his symposia and the symposium, because of his economic lecture, because of him touting himself to say he can take Ghana's economic management to a different level. After that, another 8 years where he was given the nod to implement all that he said when he was in opposition for 8 years. The symposium, the symposia, the lectures now, man 8 years now. We gave him the nod for 8 years to implement it. Now, this candidate we are talking about, opese odenoko compare J.A. Kufuor, the numbers, no. This is a guy Bawumia who in 2024, NPP had 6.8 million votes in 2020. He dropped the vote from 6.8 million to 4.7 million. And so, this is a guy who was supposed to maintain a 137 parliamentary seat in parliament. He lost all and was left with 87. And you foolishly tell me that this candidate, we cannot say he has done bad. This is bomb. Bawumia is fush. It is fush. It is Obiaya fush. Bawumia is bomb. When you do the analysis, this guy is not a presidential candidate. He cannot win against even a class prefect. If J.A. Kufuor, who had never been a running mate, who never had the opportunity to sell himself and to be going around the nation and letting everybody know what he can do, was able to bring 66 votes, 66 parliamentary seats to parliament in his first trial, and even moved it from 1.5 million to 2.8 million. And you selling yourself for 16 years, and then you drop your vote the party had in 2020, which was 6.8 to 4.7, and then losing parliament of 137 to 87. You tell me that Bawumia is a candidate that we should rally around. Are you crazy? You are talking about power melting. Power melting. Now, if Bawumia was power, Bawumia na or your power and kobe melty. Anke ye hunumpo. Bawumia is just fush. He is fush. He does not represent anything. So what kind of analysis is this? You are justifying a failure? You are justifying his abysmal performance? There's no justification. Senka Bawumia candidature, and I said Bawumia, the record, you wouldn't jump all the way to J.A. Kufuor in 1996, 2000 to go and do comparison. You would have used Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo's numbers to justify why Bawumia needs to come again. But because you know Bawumia has broken every record in a negative, you could not even use 2016 and 2020 numbers. You had to jump all the way back about 20 years. Are you crazy? J.A. Akufo never got the opportunity to be somebody's vice president for running mate for 8 years. He never got the opportunity to be somebody's vice president for 8 years. J.A. Akufo just came into the limelight. He gave the NPP 66 seats in parliament, his first touch. So what are you talking about? Your analysis does not make any sense. Bawumia is fush. The guy cannot win power. Let's call a spade a spade. Your candidate is weak. The candidate is fush. You are justifying something that is unjustifiable. What are you doing, guys? I'm a politics. Jimmy Munyina Masku a waste of time. What are you trying to explain here? If you want us to go into the numbers, you will see that your candidate who is fush has no positive against his face or in his favor. In the MPP for Montiasie, you people should not force us to get into the details, the numbers. When we go into the numbers, your party will collapse. Your party will go down the drain flat. You know that Bawumia, he is not a sellable candidate. You are doing this because you people feel say you have offended Ghanaians to the point where more something against Kennedy Japan. You want to continue with the criminality. It is a cartel that you people want to protect. That is all. The Akufo-Addo cartel, no, you want to still push the agenda. Bawumia, you people know. Or your prencontra say Krampa, Yento El Somalia. You people know. You want us to throw the numbers out there, and then I'm a catcher. Bawumia was just supposed to put a little bit to the 6.8 million numbers you got in 2020. Bawumia dropped it to 4.7. He came to meet a parliament of 137. If Bawumia believes, say, on any boss, he wouldn't have lost 137 seats all the way to 87 seats. You are selling fush to the people. Bawumia is fush. Stop the comedy. This childish thing and pretending and be honest to each other. Bawumia is bad. It's a bad product. The same as Kennedy Japan. You people have rotten meat in front of you. You are selling carcass. Every single, you are all sankwas. None of the meat you are selling smells good. These are all decayed meats. Bawumia is fush. And let's stick to the fushness. Bawumia is fush that is powerful and potent, and it can scatter every room. Bawumia is fush, and that fush can scatter a room. People will hold their noses. Bawumia's fush is potent to destroy a whole nation. He is a fush candidate, or your fush. Bawumia is fush. He is fush. The guy is fush. His records are bad. Bawumia is fush. Thank you very much. We have done 3 hours, 19 minutes. My name is Kevin Akobedu Taylor. Tomorrow it's Wednesday. I will see you on Thursday. We will discuss Ghana. We will explain every single thing. We will break down all the issues. We will kill Jandam. Be good. I will be good. God bless you. God bless me. God bless the Republic of Ghana and the United States of America. Have a wonderful night. Cheers. Remember, we are all messengers. Messengers who are ready and willing to speak truth to power. This is With All Due Respect Extended Version. Gigim.
Yo, we are best fishermen. No, no answer mine. I'm watching. You will for Belgium. It was a Belgium. It was 2 Belgium. Why you why round what? Why you why round what? Why round what? Why you super why round what? It was for Belgium. It was 2 Belgium. Why you yell? Why round what? 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 Yeah, we papa no. What one is the motto? Yeah, we papa no. What one is the motto? Yari papa no, what one it them what up? Yari papa no, what one it them what up? Why drown why yo yeah? Why drown I want it. Original. I will go for bad. I want me to bad. Where you mind grumba. No answer mine. I watch it. You will for bad. It want me to bad. It will do a bad. Why you yeah? Why round what? Why you yeah? Why round what? Why you yeah? Why round what? Why you yeah? Super why round what? It will for bad. It want me to bad. It will do a bad. It will do a bad. Why you yeah? Why round what? 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 Yari papa no, what one is them what up? Yari papa no, what one is them what up? Yari papa no, what one is them what up? Yari papa no, what one is them what up? Why round what? Why you yeah? Why round what? I want it. Original. I will go for bad. I want me to bad. Where you mind grumba.